basically introduced immediately Gorp. I've already talked to you a little bit about how you're going to meet the party, or how you're getting interjected into what's going on at the moment. So basically, last session we had sort of talked about our characters' backstories a little bit, and decided perhaps just a few small personal quests or personal goals that your characters may have in mind. Each of you are from Faerun in the north, as you all can see, and as it would have it, you all had been basically kidnapped as githyanki skivs tore down from the sky and slaughtered many soldiers, delegates, Harper members, faction representatives. There was a large political meeting, very important political meeting happening in Eastern Faerun, as the Lord's Alliance was wishing to extend their alliance towards some of the more central settlements of Faerun, the major one being Ulbar. So there was a big meeting, big political meeting here, a summit, and very many high-ranking representatives of the Lord's Alliance and other major cities in Faerun were all gathered there to meet, and that's when this githyanki attack took place. And all of these yellow-skinned creatures riding red dragons and sailing in ships that look like they should probably be sailing in the sea, they descended down upon the land and razed many of the cities. They absolutely wiped out any guards that stood in their path with the help of these massive red dragons. Some of them were fully grown red dragons, and they would just unleash their fire breath, and there goes a whole row of farms or a hamlet. They could just take out a whole small village with a single waft of their breath. Most people left defenseless. The githyanki, the unfortunate ones who were not killed in the attack, were captured, and the githyanki plucked anyone they would see fit and took them aboard their githyanki skiv to most likely use them as slaves or sell them, gain some sort of profit from these innocent victims. So githyanki are a warrior race, and they live for battle. That is all they know, and it's the only thing that helps them pass the time. They also have this fiery alliance with red dragons. They are inherently evil, and they live in the astral plane. You guys, your characters don't know too much about them, I would guess, but as I may have mentioned, you will learn a lot about them as the campaign progresses. So, our heroes here, Susan, Mithril, and Pavel. I forgot you're playing the same character then for a second as the Waterdeep campaign. You guys are all captured and brung upon this githyanki skiv. You were sort of knocked out, and you came to on the deck of the ship, and you found yourselves floating through this endless silver sea of prismatic colors. There was no like water that you were floating on. You were literally just flying through the air, through this strange realm that seemed to have breathable air. Although you weren't in the material plane, that much was certain. The air that you did absorb into your lungs when you took a breath, it had this sort of sweet sensation to it and filled you with this mysticism. You also found that when you tried to move, you did not use your physical sorry, here's the map of Faerun as well. I meant to bring that up before. So yeah, this is Ulbar here. So anyway, so as you guys have been captured and you were traveling through the astral plane, when you tried to move your arms, your physical body didn't quite match up with your thoughts. Instead, you found your thoughts dictated how you moved. So everyone has a movement speed equal to 3 times their intelligence score, rather than your usual movement speed while you're in the astral plane. Well, that's what you experienced on the ship, at least, anyway. So you traveled through the astral realms. All sorts of strange phenomena and bizarre creatures were sort of seen off in the distance, and Vendellen, the Githyanki, he was the one that is your captor. Now, he is evil. You could tell pretty much straight away by the fact that he was basically just murdering people, and he was assessing you all, and just people that he did, captives that he didn't seem to deem fit, he was just throwing them overboard, and they were just floating away in this endless, infinite silver sea of the astral plane. When it came time to assess all of you, suddenly there was something happening, and he told you all to run below deck. This sort of psychic wind blew over the ship, and you all ran below deck. When you came above deck, there were these creatures, these strange, almost squid-like creatures that were on the deck. You guys fought them, and Vendellen seemed to believe that you guys had your usefulness, and he didn't throw you guys overboard, which was nice. He instead basically yelled at you all and told you to go below deck of the ship. You'll be arriving in Tunarath in a few hours, and to clean up below deck as you guys managed to fight and kill these strange alien creatures, proving yourselves valuable to Vendellen. So you guys spent a little bit of time cleaning up below deck. You also met Sinner previously, this strange creature who is somewhat human, although he's very, very primitive in the way he talks and in the way he looks. He seemed to have been spared as well by happenstance, and you guys have then been trying to communicate with him. He doesn't speak common though, and basically you guys have been trying to help him, and he's been trying to help you guys as well. Now, Gwarp, you lived in the astral junkyards for probably a substantial amount of your life. Do you want to just share with us your character's backstory, and then I'll try and work it into what's happening now a bit more?
Sure thing. The long and short of it is that even for a goblin, he's very, very tiny, and he was bought from as a slave and grew up with the wizard. And when the wizard started realizing that he could sort of understand a bit of magic, he basically tried to teach a dog a new trick and taught him a few tricks here and there. And then while they were out getting ingredients for a couple of spells and such, his master was actually attacked and killed. And so Gorp was fiddling around with a spell book and ended up accidentally teleporting himself to wherever the Githyanki are from, the astral plane. And since then, he's just been doing little cantrips and making a sort of life for himself as a fence.
Alright, it's certainly the sort of place you would end up if your teleport spell went wrong, or you didn't know truly what you were doing. Astral plane is usually a gateway to every other plane, and there are portals throughout the astral plane that can lead to just about every other plane of existence in Dungeons and Dragons. So you sort of just ended up on the this junkyard section of Tunarath, and you have sort of just limited yourself to that area since you've been there. Maybe not particularly long. Maybe just how long do you think Gorf would have sort of been in this area before he got bored and decided to branch out?
I don't think it would have taken long, to be honest. Maybe a month or two.
Yep.
I mean, goblins don't live long, so...
Yep. So for him, a month or two is a substantial amount of time. There were plenty of strange contraptions and broken constructs and other creatures there for you to experiment on, and sort of abandoned reagents for spells for you to practice your magic. But you sort of soon realized there was no real escape from the junkyard, because basically there are these massive walls about 50 feet tall that segregate the entire area that you're in. And you've noticed a hefty sort of presence of this militaristic guard in the terms of githyanki and other creatures that seem to prohibit anyone from traveling between the various sections of the city you're in. So you came across this small squat deep within the junkyard, almost through this sort of maze, and that's when you sort of observed Vendellen, this yellow-skinned creature with a bald head, pointy ears, not unlike an elf, a little bit of black facial hair. He wears this flashy plate mail embedded with rubies. And you've sort of just followed him. He doesn't really leave his little squat building, which is literally just like a tin shack. You do notice he has this ship, though, and occasionally he'll get on his ship and he'll fly away. The ship sort of transforms as well. As he takes off, it transforms into this completely different sort of ship that would resemble a sailing ship, basically what you'd expect to be flying out on the sea. So you thought that's your gateway out of here, and you stowed away, stowing away on the hull here and inside a crate. You didn't examine Vendellen for that long, so you don't really know what the guy's about, but it's a way out of here. So while you're hiding in the crate, you were quite lucky because there were just these there was meat inside the crate, Gorp. Just meat. You don't know what the meat was. It tastes pretty good though. Sort of resembles limbs, so all the better for you. So you're pretty happy just being in the crate, just eating for quite a few hours. I'd probably say you haven't kept track of time too well, but maybe about 12 hours or so. You heard a lot of destruction and explosions at some stage. You may have dozed off while you're hiding in this small cramped crate full of meat in the hull of the ship, and it sounded quite dangerous, so you decided not to investigate, and then you sort of just dozed off again, and you've just awoken now with the sound of some combat. You heard some yelling and some slashing and some scuffling, and it's sort of and a door slamming, and it's sort of woken you up. So you've now just got out of your crate. So you'll see the room to your south here. That's the little room where you're hiding. There's not much in there other than just a crate. Yeah, that's basically it. 2 wooden crates. So you've heard this scuffle, and you've come out to investigate. There you see the rest of the party members, Mithril, Susan, and Pavel, all lying there unconscious, sleeping. And this Neanderthal sinner, he's come and started shaking Mithril. So let's describe characters for one another, so Gorp knows what he's looking at. And if you don't mind, Mithril, would you like to start, please?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so Mithril's a half-elf. She's a really beautiful half-elf. She's a barmaid. She's got long sort of white hair. She looks quite weak. Doesn't look really like a fighter. Just looks like a normal commoner. Doesn't look like she's going to cause any trouble, really. That's it, really.
All right, and she is there laying on the ground, snoring, asleep. And you see Sinner just gently nudging her. He is covered with mud. His hair is scraggly, dreadlocked. He wears no shirt. He's about 5.5 foot tall. He has this dagger in his hand, and at first you think that he's maybe going to kill Mithril. And he wears nothing but a loincloth. He looks very primitive, and he just makes these noises. As you come out of the room there, Gorp, maybe with just this chunk of meat in your hand, he looks up at you. Ooh, 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 and he starts swinging the dagger around aggressively, trying to hold territory as you sort of look around at the situation. What do you do?
I suppose considering I'm so tiny and I don't want to scrap this thing out, I'll just sit in the corner and keep eating my limb, whatever exactly this meat is.
All right.
Kind of hoping it's human.
It certainly tastes like human. You see
Good
him
stuff.
just grab Mithril and just start dragging her back towards the bow of the ship. Sorry, the stern of the ship. And again, he just holds the dagger up, watching you. He doesn't do anything.
Probably a good time for me to cast Mage Armor.
Alright, you cast Mage Armor. Immediately, he sort of jumps in front of Mithril in a protective manner as soon as you start casting your spell. He doesn't come at you or try to attack you or anything like that. He seems very territorial. Also, on the ground behind him is Susan and Pavel. So, Susan. A very unique character indeed.
You see, Susan is a little girl with black hair and a frilly dress. She's fairly short and just looks like a regular, normal human girl.
Alrighty, and Pavel.
You see a tawny, pretty tall human, 6'2". Pretty muscular, wiry, skinny, muscular. That's why I say wiry muscle. He has a blue overshirt on with undershirt of a long, loose white shirt. He's carrying a lot of weapons like a bow, 2 hand axes, and a short sword and shield. He has a backpack on, black pants, black boots, and has a scar across his right eye due to an accident from a bow. Basically about it.
Right.
But the little pin that shows his face, that's kind of how he looks like.
Alrighty, so all 3 of these characters are unconscious. They're sleeping on the ground because their escape plan did not go very well. You guys had found some provisions, hunting trap and rope, and some other items that you could sort of place on the ground as a trap for Vendellen. So when he would come down the steps, you guys would trap him and jump on him using caltrops as well. He was not so easily fooled though, and immediately he did sort of fall victim to the bear trap that snapped on his leg. With a single spell, he knocked you all out unconscious, put you to sleep. So Sinner is just going around and starting to wake you guys up now. He shakes you all awake. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Without without averting his gaze from you at all, Gorp. He does this in a very cautious manner, just one by one, shakes Mithril awake, moves over to Susan. He almost walks with his hands just as much as he does his legs, much like an ape. And he shakes Susan awake, and then he shakes Pavel awake. Ooh, 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 ooh. And you guys come into consciousness. As you open your eyes, you feel like you've had quite a nice sleep, actually. You see Sinner there, just face to face with you, just making his noises, as he seems to be trying to get your attention quite quickly, and he's pointing his dagger towards the direction where Gorp is.
Can I see Gorp?
Yeah, when you guys come into consciousness, you also look and see this little goblin just sort of standing in the corner over here to the east. So, Gorp, would you like to just describe your character as well, please?
More or less, just imagine the smallest possible goblin you can. He's a very, very tiny, skinny, almost sickly-looking little goblin, and basically his go-to is he looks at you like you're an idiot.
All right, so Sinner seems very concerned about this goblin, and he probably sees you as a threat by the looks of things. So he's just not sure what to do, and that's why he's just shaking you guys, waking you up. He keeps pointing the dagger towards Gorp.
I'd like to ask that if back in Faerun and Undercliff, where I live, would there be like, are there such thing as goblin attacks over there in Faerun? Like, you know, groups of goblins or just goblins in general, like being a nuisance or like terrorizing the people of like, you know, farms and other places?
Oh yes, goblins are inherently evil.
Oh, okay, that's not gonna sit by me with good. I guess at first, waking up, I'd be groggy, feeling like I had a really good nap, and just waking up, stretching out, you know, loosening me up, looking at Center, seeing the rest of him, and seeing him pointing a dagger at a corner. Did you say if I could see Bob from here or no?
I don't think so because of the way the stairs are. But if you move around a little bit around the side of the steps, you will see him. I've just removed the dynamic lighting just so it's easier for you guys to see at the moment. But imagine that staircase leads up to the floor above. So before we go any further, I'll just describe the hull to you, Gorp. You notice that several rooms have been built into the ship's hull. All of them have wooden doors. A few of the doors hang open. You can hear this scurrying sound to the east, as if there is something else inhabiting some of these stables. There are large wooden beams supporting the bow section of the ship. 2 lanterns that seemingly have these magical flames doing a very poor job of illuminating the hull itself, though you do have dark vision. And there are provisions stacked up in the bow and stern of the ship as well, most of which sort of extends over to the east here. This is the stairs leading up. This is probably the way that you snuck into the ship, through this heavy wooden door here at the top of the steps.
Okay. I'll just sit down and continue eating my arm. Or whatever limb I have.
When Mithral sees Gorp, she'll probably scream and go, "Ah! What's that thing?" almost wrench.
As you scream, Sinner screams, "Oh! Ooh, ooh!" And he jumps in front of you, Mithril, and then like runs up to Gorp, and he just starts waving his hands around, waving his dagger around, making as much noise as he can. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I would kind of go also up there and just look at the thing and immediately recognize it as a goblin and take out my short sword and point it at it like, you stay where you are. If you come any closer, there's gonna be some trouble.
I'm more or less going to ask you guys to control your little dog that's barking at me over here.
I guess I would ask Center to just yell at him. I yell at him like, you know, in a loud voice, big, "Hey, Center!
Ooh.
Get away from that thing. That thing's dangerous."
Ooh, ooh. Again, he doesn't look like he can understand a word you're saying. And then he just starts pointing at your food, Gorp. Ooh, 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 ooh. And he just grabs the arm off you, and he just starts pulling it away from you. Or trying to.
Okay.
Do you just let him take it?
Yeah, well, I got -2 strength. What am I going to do?
Alright, he just grabs it off you, and then sort of backs up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He sort of hoots at you a few more times, and then he just backs away, not turning away from you, and then he just like carefully hands the arm off to Pavel, like behind his back.
I politely, you know, like put the arm, I grab the arm and I just put it down on the ground because I feel like it'd be unsanitary for some sort of raw meat being touched. I mean, imagine all diseases and stuff. So yeah. I just keep looking at Guap. I mean, just telling him. I guess I would ask, like, how did you get on here? Where did you come from?
Is there a door? Where's the door to the southern room? Is it like right next to where I am?
Yeah, it's here. They're kind of hard to see on this map, but basically where the gap is where the door is. So yeah.
I like stand up with like a exasperated sigh and be like, "I was eating that," and go back to grab another one.
All right, there is a healthy barrel full of them.
Sit down again.
As this door was not opened earlier, Pavel, Mithril, and Susan, you guys are smelling this horrible stench of decay and death permeating out from this room. The hold itself is quite small. There's just 2 wooden crates in there. One of them's quite badly damaged. Not from rot, but from claw marks. It looks like something has bitten some of this crate in the southwestern section of the room, and you hadn't really noticed it before, Gorp.
Hmm.
That stinks. What's that?
It's a good question, Susan. Something smells like can't really put my finger on it, but I imagine like rotting fruit or some sort of rotting. Yeah, I can't really put a word to it.
So
Miffle's just going to freak out and say, "Let's get out of here!"
you notice that the door again, leading back out onto the deck, is locked, and you're not sure how long you've been out. You do remember Vendellen saying that you'll be in Tunarath, wherever that may be, within 2 hours. So you don't feel like an incredible amount of time has passed. But the last thing you guys just remember is Vendellen giving you this hateful look, waving his hand around, and then everything went black.
I think we should get out of here. As he says, it's not a good idea to stay around much longer.
Yeah, you're probably right. You know what? We don't have time to, battle each other or cause some sort of scuffle or have enemies. Pavel then puts his short sword away, looks at, Gop, the new goblin of being here. I don't know who you are. I know you're a goblin. I gotta be honest with you. Goblins aren't really that, well seen upon where I'm from. But in the current moment, we're all prisoners here. I don't know if you're a prisoner here, but we gotta get out of here. Will you help us?
Do you guys know if we're in Faerun or if we're still in the astral plane? Like, would they
Astral
know
plane.
that?
We don't know where we are. We just kind of got kidnapped.
That's true, actually.
Well, I guess since you guys are from Faerun as well, I'm wanting to get home, so if it helps me get there faster, sure. Just keep that little dog thing away from me. Like use the arm that I've just picked up to like point at sinners.
He just like grabs it, thinking that you're offering it to him. Ooh, ooh! And he just holds it underneath his arm, and then sort of gestures like, "Give me more" with his hand, like sort of waving it at you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Again, I like do a big sigh and drag my feet and be like, if I wanted to deal with these kind of idiots, I'd stick with the goblins. And just like open up the crate so you can get as many as he wants and walk out with my own little foot.
He just starts grabbing the crate and dragging it out and like dragging it towards Mithril and Pavel and just places it there. And then he sort of gestures at you, Mithril and Pavel and Susan, ooh, ooh, doing that same motion to eat that he had done previously with the rations or this strange herb that he had. Sort of just pulls his fingers up and puts it towards his mouth and then points at all of this rotten meat, and you just see this barrel full of blood, guts, and viscera that's rotted and now turned black. It smells horrible, and you can barely stomach it with just a small whiff of it. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, God.
Doesn't seem to bother Sinner at all.
Miffle's just going to push him out of the way and try and run up to the lock and try and pick the lock, wherever the lock may be.
So the lock is on the outside of the door. You're just there, met with a set of heavy double wooden doors. You still see the rope, caltrops, and hunting trap set up where it was, with just a small few smatters of blood leading back up the steps. There's no way to pick it. You could try and break it down though.
Can I investigate around the sides of the lock? Rather, the sides of the door?
What for? Just to...
any warped wood or anything like that?
Yep, make an investigation check.
Oof.
So, as far as you can tell, there's it's certainly not trapped. It doesn't seem to be able to be opened from this side, and even with a 3 on your investigation check, you know that it's locked from the other side because you heard the padlock close multiple times already. You do sort of come to the conclusion the only way you're going to get through that door is by breaking it down.
And I'm going to say, "Hey, Goblin, do you think you can get through this?"
Why don't we just go through see if there's a back way?
Back way. This is the only way.
To the other end of the ship.
What about you, Goblin? By the way, what's your name, anyways?
Gorp. I don't need to know your names just yet.
Then Gop.
Gulp. Yep.
So either way, yeah. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
I guess I'll say, there's more ship over this way. I don't see us getting through that door anytime soon. And even if we do you see the amount of guys that were up there?
There's only one currently, so yeah.
One
But he
really
beat
tough
us
one.
senseless.
So yes,
So I'm going to hide behind
they tell you,
Sinners,
Gorf,
whatever he does.
that
Oh,
there's only one githyanki on this entire ship.
I thought there was like a crew up there.
It only takes one gith to sail these ships. So you've noticed.
Snazzy.
It takes one gift to kick our asses. Yeah. Sorry,
If I look
continue.
around, can I find like a rock or anything? Anything that's about the size of my fist?
There's
Fairly solid.
no rocks, but there's plenty of like broken bits of wood laying around. There's also like a few bodies of these creatures, sort of half cut up. They look like giant ants, the size of horses, with these strange tendrils poking out of their back, almost like a disgusting fur, and they have razor sharp fangs. They look like they've been torn apart. They have this chitin covering them that sort of look like armor.
Can I like hack a piece off like the size of my fist?
Yeah, you can tell that a lot of them have already been hacked at as well.
Oh, okay.
They look like
All
this. They're just
Wow.
laying around here, in the center of the hold.
Okay. I'm gonna ask if anyone's seen the rest of the ship down here.
No. That's why I'm saying that we should probably look at the other end to see if there's another way out.
Okay.
you should go have a look, little goblin.
I might be a goblin, but even I'm not that stupid.
I just go where Susan. I don't want to leave a child alone. Trying to investigate. And well, we already been to this part of the ship, but maybe we didn't check it completely
Oh,
because we
yeah.
were
There's a-
ambushed by a cow.
So yeah,
Yeah, there's
there's
a cow down here, isn't there?
yep, there was a cow
It's dead
here
now.
that seemed to have been commanded by this strange ooze. It sort of crawled out the back of its neck, and it sort of caused it to become hostile towards you all. So there are a few rooms here that you haven't investigated yet. To the north of you are two separate holds. This one you can hear some obvious scratching and movement inside of it. To the south here is another room with the door sort of just open ajar, and further to the east towards the bow of the ship there are more square beams supporting the deck above, and another large wooden beam supporting the inside of the bow. There are many sacks piled up below the cross beams and barrels piled up against the southern wall. A single lantern flickering a magical flame that dances along the mildew-covered wooden floor. Many provisions and ropes, cooking utensils, and more. Barrels and kegs piled up, secured quite well with ropes. A lot of it is covered with a layer of dust.
Can I just roll a stealth check to make sure random shit that attacks us doesn't see me?
Yeah, you can try and hide in the shadows if you like. There is plenty of darkness here.
Myth will also do that.
Depending on where you're standing, though, it might be impossible for you to hide, because if you're standing right in front of something with nothing obscuring you, you'll probably get spotted regardless of how good you get on your stealth check.
That's cool. Just generally trying to keep out of general sight.
You you do start to try and be careful with your footsteps. The ship is quite creaky, but you tread lightly. Mithril, you try to do that as well, and you just sort of hold this wooden beam like close to you as you try to like use it to approach this wooden door. And as you do, you sort of fall forward and snap the wooden beam and just make like a large racket. Alright, as
You
you
sort of get up and dust herself off like nothing's happened.
luckily it didn't
You
seem
just hear from the shadows, idiot.
it didn't seem to be a major support beam, luckily. But that noise was enough to attract an unwelcome visitor. So this door to the south here, that is lying ajar, suddenly you see this head poke through it. Ah! This horrible Kruthic is just pushed its head through the gap in the door. The door itself seems to be stuck, and it's just snapping its maw, its tongue flicking around as it looks like it's trying to escape and break out. And it slams against the door and immediately breaks free, just busting the door, which seemed to be stuck on its hinge. You hear the hinge just snap, and it comes out screeching with these long hooked claws, and it sets its eyes on you, Mithril, its tongue flicking around inside of its razor sharp rows of teeth that line its mouth. And it looks hungry. You guys have fought these before, so you know that they are predators.
I have high AC and predator pack movement.
Okay, Gorp. You're hidden quite well in the shadows there, and it doesn't seem to have noticed you. However, you see it sniffing around quite a lot.
It's pretty obvious that this thing's not friendly, so I think I'll just take a crossbow shot at it. That's all good.
Of course. Alright, that hits 6 piercing damage. You unleash a quarrel, and it sticks into the Kruthic's side, breaking through the gap of its armored chitin, and it screeches and lets out this horrible sort of disgusting moan and spatters this weird purplish blood onto the ground, and it just turns its head up to you instead and starts reaching its claws over its head.
Okay. Then can I use my movement to get out of eyesight of it and my bonus action to hide?
Yes, you run into that room and you can hide.
Wow, terrible.
Alright, you struggle to try and like close the door behind you, and as you do, the handle just snaps off, and you've got this round bulb in your hand now.
That's cool.
The door just does sort of slam against the wall here, but it doesn't close.
It's cool.
And sorry, I didn't explain the APIs to you. So when you finish your turn, there's this red EOT button that you'll see in the chat box, in that big purple box. If you click that, it'll move on to the next person. And if you click your token, you'll also find that EOT button somewhere on your screen, if you have your token highlighted. I have a handout about APIs. I will show it to you just for some light reading here.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, they're pretty. You don't really need to know anything. All right, the Kruthic. You hear its sharp clawed feet start to rush towards you, Gorp. Duk, 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 duk. And it sort of just gets around the corner here, and it starts swinging its claw at you. You've got half cover against this. A massive claw just comes around the corner. And that's going to hit for 7 piercing damage.
That's cool.
Alright, it just slashes across you and just rips this terrible, terrible wound down your chest and down your side. You immediately hold on to prevent your entrails from spilling out, but that was a serious injury, and this thing is now sort of thrusting its head forward, just snapping at you. Sinner jumps on it and sort of jumps on its back, comes in with his dagger. And he just plunges the dagger into the back of its neck. It wrestles around, thrashing him around as he's almost riding it. He's throwing him from side to side. And then Sinner is just aggressively just thrusting this dagger back and forth. And suddenly the Kruthik starts to lose its strength and then just collapses to the ground. And Sinner just continues to just sort of jaggedly just slice through the back of its neck. And it is dead. Sinner just rips it away from you and rushes in to see you go up. He starts making a lot of noise towards Mithril and Pavel and Susan, and then he just tries to inspect your wounds, Gorp.
I try and flail his hand away from me. Get off me, you big ape.
Well, was unconscious. Does that count as a long rest, does it? Or
When you guys were sleeping?
yes.
No, you don't feel like you've had a long rest. You feel like you're starting to feel like you're only out for a short while. Although trying to grasp a perception of time for you has been almost impossible while you've been on the astral plane so far. You can't really tell hours from days from weeks. It's a very strange sensation. Also, the fact that you have not felt hungry. You've just felt like eating just out of habit.
Are you okay? You look hurt.
I got a boo-boo.
So, it's not much, but it's what you get. 7 XP each. That's all it is, I'm afraid.
Hell yeah. Kill an army of these and we might level up.
So you should be on 158. Should be your total.
Can I pull my crossbow bolts out of this thing's head?
The crossbow bolt that you did shoot, because there was only one, you can't recover it. You can only recover half the ammo that you shot. So this bolt has been completely broken. It's unserviceable.
Sweet.
You hear some more scratching now, some hurried scratching coming from this stable here. That's the only other source of life that you can detect within the ship's hold. Suddenly, you hear this stabbing at the door, stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, but nothing breaks out. Sinner tries to stand in between you, go up in this door here to the north.
Is there a slot or anything in this? Like a feeding slot or?
No. There's just rows of vertical wooden slats lined up that sort of create the wall here. And then just a wooden door.
Okay. I'll stick the doorknob in my pocket. One that I tried to open the door with.
Alrighty.
I have a plan for that doorknob.
So it sounds like there's more of these creatures in this little stable here. But none of them are able to escape by the looks of it. They're just stabbing at the door with their claws. But they give up pretty quickly at the same time.
Is there any way to is there anything back here where my character is?
Yep, there's all of those provisions that I'd mentioned earlier: crates, ropes, cooking utensils, sacks piled up, barrels, casks of ale.
Mr. Goblin, how did you get on the ship?
I climbed in a crate and I was carried in. Goblins travel in style.
Looks like the only way out is through the door.
Can I pour myself a beer?
Yeah, there's a couple of mugs sort of laying around here, and there is lots and lots of casks secured towards the north and southern section of the bow of the ship. A few of them have taps sticking out of them, and you pour it. It smells quite nice to you, Gorp, and when you taste it, it's as good as any.
Sweet.
It's this foamy yellow liquid.
Can I use prestidigitation or whatever to cool it down?
It's not.
Cold beer.
Oh, okay, yeah, to make it like a bit icy, sure. You chill it, and it goes down a treat. There's a healthy supply of it. It
Alright,
doesn't
I'm a
smell
happy
too
goblin.
nice to you though, Susan. You can sort of just smell it permeate through the air slightly, and it smells kind of horrid.
Looks like we're gonna have to wait until we reach the city in order to escape.
Then what are you going to do?
I don't know.
You see Sinner just taking his dagger, and he just starts cutting up this other Kruthic. Creates these chunks of meat, sort of laying them out like rations on the ground.
I like grab a pot and cast firebolt on it to heat it up and like sear a steak.
All right, you do see some cooking utensils here as well, and Sinner seems amazed when you create that fire. And immediately he's intrigued and runs over to you. Ooh, 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 as you are just heating up this frying pan. He's like sort of poking you, wondering where you got the fire from. Ooh, 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 Google, Google,
Yes, I googled it.
Google.
I like offer him a steak.
He just grabs it and just starts chewing into it. So another thing you've
Alright.
realized, Gorp, is you've never experienced hunger this entire time that you've been in the astral plane. Again, you sort of just merely eat for the token gesture of it and the habit of it, not out of necessity.
That's saying a stowaway for later.
So there's a fire going at the moment?
Well, you probably wouldn't want to start a fire in here because the whole ship's made of wood.
I'm more or less just heating up a pan.
Yeah.
So we have one very hot pan.
You're pretty sure it wouldn't take long for this entire ship to just completely combust if it caught on fire. Everything's made from wood, and pretty dry wood as well.
The way Gorp sees it, we have three options. We wait here until we get to a city to escape. We try and escape up to the top. The five of us try and jump that dude.
That won't
Or
work.
we try and fight whatever the hell's behind that door.
That door's probably the best option.
So if you had to estimate, you'd think you've got at least an hour, maybe two, before you're going to arrive at Tunarath. So it's up to you guys what you do in that time. You can just wait and just rest here, or you can explore some more of the ship, or you can try something else.
I'm kind of keen to go and scrap those things out.
What do you guys think we should do?
What about burn the door?
Only question is if we burn the whole ship.
Do you have a water spell?
Nope. I'm not that kind of wizard.
Sinner continues to just cut up the Kruthic. leaving you guys to your own devices. All right.
So, is there any crates in here we haven't searched?
Oh, plenty of crates.
So I'll start searching the crates just for anything I can find useful.
All right, yeah, you guys haven't searched any of this stuff in the room at all here. All right, you find a crate with some pitons, boot tips, harnesses, and climbing boots in one, and 50 feet of hempen rope. It's a climber's kit. There's also a crowbar laying around. You can use that to gain advantage on athletics checks to open things, if you can apply leverage to it.
Like the door.
Okay, I'll take the climbing kit and the rope.
Okay. There's also some oil, like vials of oil, flasks of oil, I should say, which is used to obviously fuel lanterns, and there is a bullseye lantern as well.
Is there a lot of oil? Like, can I steal 1 or 2 vials of it?
Yep, there is actually a pretty healthy supply in one of the crates, about 10 vials, 10 pints,
Alright.
full of clay flasks of it. And again, none of this stuff looks like it's been accessed or used for quite a long time, judging by the amount of dust that's piled atop of it.
Yeah, so little Gorp will steal some oil.
Okay. There's plenty in there.
Come in handy.
Can I search the other rooms then, or either side here?
Of course you can. So, you take a look in this room. It's actually empty. You just see some scratching marks all over the floor. It looks like this Kruthic had tried to basically break free for quite a while. You notice that the hinges are warped. Other than that, it's an empty room.
I mean, it looks like we're going to have to start a fire to get him down there.
You guys wanting to scrap these creatures out first, or try and get that guy?
Probably a good idea to deal with the creatures first in case they break out.
God, that's gonna hurt your throat.
That's why I do it in first person.
Yeah. Gorp's gonna hide.
All right. So where are you hiding though? If you're there, as soon as the door opens, there's really nothing to obscure you.
Okay.
They'll be looking
is this
directly
a
at
post?
you.
I take it.
Like
a post with some description.
Yeah, I'll say because you're small. You are small size, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You can hide behind there. All right. You duck behind the post.
Plus, I'm skinny as a rake, so I could probably hide behind a road cone if I had to.
Yeah. And you're muted, by the way, Pavel. I don't know if you've been talking.
I have been talking. I was wondering why everyone was ignoring me. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have checked this out beforehand. I said so many things.
Oh.
Oh god. What I wanted to say was, Seb, first of all, I wanted to investigate the room to see. Well, you already did with the whole oil thing. I was hoping to find some healing for God, but then I came over here and I said if this room was the one we heard scratching, and then I told everyone else that we can use a Kruthic as some sort of distraction. Or, like, we hide, we set them out, and hopefully they find him, so we can tire him out, and then we go kill him. That's yeah.
I guess the only thing is, how do we make sure they go that way?
Question. Kruthic are predators, so maybe if we use the raw meat that you're eating, Gop, throw it near him, and hopefully see that direction instead of us. You get me? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do you guys forget he was level 7?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to mess with that. But it's literally our only chance to escape. I mean, we don't know about levels, but he does seem very like we can't mess with him. That's for sure. He just put us all to sleep. Shit.
He will curb stomp us.
Exactly.
Can we get I take it Pavel's like a strong person?
I mean,
Who's the one with the high strength score?
I have
Susan.
17.
Yeah.
The little girl is the strongest one.
If we, if we give her and her steroids the crowbar, can she like pry off one of the boards so we can see where the hell we are?
Can I try that?
We can always escape outside of the ship by damaging it.
You can make
Wait a minute.
an athletics check if you can nestle up next to some of the hull. I will sort of say though that Mithril, Pavel, and Susan sort of have been outside within the last hour or so, and just seen the astral sea. Basically, you're floating through this prismatic sea of colors. There's no water. You're basically just flying through the astral plane. There's no solid surfaces at all. So even if you could get above the ship, as you saw those two poor innocent humans, the male and the female, the couple, they basically just floated off into nothing. And there are stray creatures that constantly seem to fly through the astral plane. And not only that, Vandalen did sort of say that the psychic whim could have exploded your heads if you had not ducked into the lower deck. So it seems extremely hostile and uninhabitable.
Okay, climbing out might be a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, that would have been ideal though with the climbing kit that we just got.
Yeah, I'm still happy to try and scrap these creatures out.
I mean, we're almost dead. I mean, we have a couple health potions to bring you back, but those are kind of used for emergencies and more for Vandella, and in case we have to mess with him again. Even though, like Susan said, yeah, it's gonna be a tough. No, it's not gonna be a tough battle. It's gonna be a one-sided battle.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna be here for an hour, how long's a short rest?
An hour.
So I can rock a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
So we can kill these guys and then take a short rest right afterwards.
So we're all gonna
Or the
agree
other way
upon
around.
just.
Yeah, you guys can
We're all
wait
just
an hour
gonna-
here and go up to rest up if you like.
There's only an hour away till the city of Tunarin.
Well, last thing you guys remember, he said 2 hours, and then you're all put to sleep. You probably would imagine that Sinner woke you guys up pretty quickly. All you have to do is basically shake you guys awake, and then you're awake. Didn't have to wait a period of time.
I think that'll be the best course of action. So Goth can heal up a little bit. Let's take a short break. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right. You guys just mill about here for an hour, and the ship ebbs and flows through the astral plane. Occasionally you hear these strange noises and thuds on the sides of the ships, but they pass quite quickly. The noises almost sound like this sort of dazzling, shattering ice, like this mystical sound that passes by here and there. But other than that, you've now completed your short rest. It's an hour later, and the ship continues flowing through the astral plane as usual.
What should we do next? Should we take care of these other creatures and like the horse things and these doors, or I'm really stuck because
There might be something good in there.
wouldn't doubt it. I think the other doors with these things, there wasn't really much in them.
I'm liking the idea of when this guy comes down to get us, we let them out.
Yeah, but you're right about the whole, like, what happens if, they go after us, and even then he could probably just, with just a snap of his fingers, take care of these things.
We could grab some of the oil, basically line all of us, and I can set it a light before we open the door. So we all have to come running through it.
What
Only
if you line
danger
the
is if the whole
oil,
place
and then what if you line the oil when he comes down the stairs, then light it?
stick it
the
on
whole
the
ship.
stairs, go all home alone on him.
Even then, the whole ship might catch on fire. And being stuck out in this hostile environment, those things and those whatever wind he said, that would be kind of hard to traverse this place.
Honestly, the best way we can probably escape is when we go into the city. I don't see us any way of escaping while we're here.
Yeah.
I think you got a point there, Susan. There wouldn't be really another way because he'd just take care of us like that. I mean, even the 4 of us. I mean, maybe we might stand a chance, but 5 of us, including Thinner. But yeah.
I mean, we got the crowbar. Can't we try and jam the door open with the crowbar?
But then again, we'll get up, and then we got this level 6 dude who's there to kick the shit out of us.
Yeah, but there's a storm up there, so he's probably occupied. So we could probably get him by surprise.
Until we reach the port, we're stuck in the middle of a sea. It'd be like jumping off in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah. Might want to wait till it lands and then try and beat the crap out of him.
And there's gonna be other Gith, right? Whatever other creatures like him. To let's say at this one city that he said he's dropping us off to. So instead of dealing with one of these guys, imagine maybe 30, 40, 50, who knows how many.
We can't even deal with this one.
Exactly.
Would Gorp know that he always drops off at his junkyard and if there's other Gith there or what?
He seems to be, you only examined him for a short time, Gorp, but he seems to be a bit of a loner. You've never seen anyone else interact with him. He sort of just spends most of his time in this little hut, and he'll go to his ship, which is parked next to his hut, and then he'll take off, and then he comes back, and you've seen him come back with strange creatures and animals, and then he basically sends them off, and they never come back.
Okay. So I guess I'll relay this to everyone and be like, that guy, he's got no friends.
Okay, that makes it a little more better, I guess. No one would come looking for him if he goes missing, or he's not really a person of importance. That's pretty good.
And I know that the junkyard's relatively big, so if he's getting the crap kicked out of him, no one's going to hear it, right?
Again, you're assuming we can actually stand a chance against him. He's level 7.
True. I mean, again, we have the power of people, but he has the power of magic and plate armor and longsword.
The junkyard is basically this endless maze, as far as you can tell, Gorp, of just trash constructs that have been destroyed and all sorts of foreign objects just clambered in haphazardly around a massive open expanse. The sky that you saw was just this astral sea as well, this scintillating pool of purples and pinks.
Alright, second plan. Just kind of a mixture of the first plan. What if we use a crowbar to make a hole? The moment we land, we all run through that hole and escape in the junkyard.
That's a great idea.
That sounds pretty good. We
So
hide
I guess
around the junkyard.
So we can weaken it up, and then we know that he's going to be in there, so if we let all this oil and shit out, then the moment that we start running, I can throw a fireball behind us and blow it up.
That's actually really good, yeah.
Great idea. So can I begin loosening the floorboards?
Sure. Make an athletics check. Alright, you start prying open the floorboards, and it only takes you a short while to break through the floor here. And then there's another section as well, a tiny area underneath the actual the hull here, and it's basically just a small gap you can fit down, and then you can pry off some more floorboards. And as soon as you do, you just you take this big breath of this sweet scintillating astral air, and you just see this purple coalescing of colors just passing by you. as you're basically exposed now directly to the astral plane.
Is it a big hole or a small hole? Because that would be important to know.
It's small, I presume,
Oh, thank
because
God.
it's just a small gap that you've
Loosening.
just taken off a single plank.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so now we should probably get the oil ready. Probably put it around, maybe put a cluster of them together, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted us to check something out about here. By any chance, would one of these barrels be, I know it's alcoholic, but maybe fire wine or some other more combustible material?
There looks like all of the barrels here that are secured by the ropes are wine. You see all of these different names of wines here. There is Purple Grape Mash number 6, Red Dragon's Crush, Champagne de la Stomp, and you tap one, and when you pour it out, it smells like vinegar. God knows how long
Okay.
that this wine has been sitting here, and it's definitely not flammable. But I mean, there is an abundance of these ceramic flasks of oil, which are highly flammable anyway.
Oh, but I wanted
yeah.
to even make a bigger fire, you know? Sorry about that.
You don't imagine that these barrels are going to combust.
Yeah.
Is there any negative effects to the chick that just stuck her head out of the plank?
No, it seems to be you can survive there by the feel of it. And you guys have been out on the actual open deck, just basically surrounded by this astral sea. But from what you've seen as well, these psychic winds, they could do something very bad to you. Also, Vandelum claims. But yeah, you can survive out in the astral plane.
But the hole is big enough for us all to run out, say, once we land.
Not at the moment. She's only just taken off a plank.
Mhm.
Can I use the pittance to put the rope down already? Outside the hole?
You want to climb out on the actual ship itself?
Well, I want to put the rope down just in case we want to go out.
Okay.
Or if one of us falls out, I guess.
I'll draw I'll just put like a hole on the ship where you guys have broken through. So you secure some pitons into the floorboards, and also
There's a hole.
there we go.
To be honest, if it's a way out, I don't see why I wouldn't go out.
Except for there's these random winds and everything else that can bug you up real quick.
So you just get swept away. All right.
You know what?
Well, you don't
I
feel
think,
like
yeah,
you get swept away.
You put the hole right there.
Um,
It's pretty good because I think I can tie the hempen rope on the door of one of the Kuther creatures, set the place ablaze, let that thing out. We run out and then we hide around. Hopefully the fire and the Kuther can keep him busy.
Stu's gonna be so pissed.
Serves him right.
All right, let's start pouring this oil in the place that are most strategic and when de-benefit us from escaping. So I imagine near the stairwell or over here where between these two walls over here. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
seems like a good
the
spot.
hole.
all right.
And then maybe make the hole a bit bigger. Tie like the rope around the little girl
I can
while
hear
she...
everyone was talking a little bit right now, so I didn't hear what you guys said.
So where are you splashing the oil?
Hello?
Okay. Splash some oil around here and there.
I think we're just gonna try and pour like as much as we can. So if possible, like everywhere.
I'm wrong? That's probably wrong. Hold up. Hold up. No, I'm TWC5G. What's going on?
So Gorp, you want to just go and start saturating as much as you can of the ship. There's not enough oil to cover
are you guys
all
doing?
of the ship.
Yeah, just put it like as far away so when it does go off, what will be the most effective burning?
Do you want to put it over here?
No. I was
Over
thinking
here?
over here. Just over here, I think.
Yep.
Like a big bunch of them. Because what would be the point of putting it where Susan is if a hole is right over here? I don't know.
I guess I was just thinking the more we spread it, the quicker this whole ship's going to go ablaze with this
That's
dude
true.
in it.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. By the way, I was hearing you guys earlier. I had to reset the Discord. Did I miss anything?
Nah, not really. We're just spreading oil.
Okay, cool. Alright, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, Seb, I'd like to tie a rope, piece of my hempen rope, on the door where the Kuthrik is. So when we get out, I can pull it, hopefully hard enough to open it. Or Susan can pull it, I guess, if she's strongest. Hard enough to open it, so
Okay.
when it opens, that's another thing to distract him.
As you near the
Alright,
door,
it's fine, good.
you hear them again, sort of starting to get a little bit active, and they're pushing against the door again.
Okay, yeah, okay. Quickly walk away slowly, not to agitate, and just, lay the rope near the hole that we're going to.
One of them just stabs a claw straight through the door, narrowly missing your head. And just rips open a plank. And it just starts sticking its tongue through the small gap that it's created, flailing around wickedly.
Can
I cast Mend on the door.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
it's great.
You cast mending on the door, and then immediately the tongue just sort of retracts, and the plank magically reseals.
All right, good. We don't all worry. They have to be a part of the plan. Everything has to go exactly as what you said, Wop, in order for this all to work.
And yeah, I guess now we just have to wait until we land, and then we can get the hell out that hole and blow this place up.
Got that right?
Is the hole big enough for us to go through?
No, not at the moment. You've only ripped off a plank.
Okay, let's make the should we make the hole big enough for us to go through when we need it, or should we leave it until we get?
I mean, it's
I was
only.
wondering,
Sorry about that.
how long did it take us to actually get that one plank off?
Not too long. A few minutes.
See, we probably need to make the thing bigger. It's not like it only took 10 seconds.
Okay, then we should grab some more to get it ready.
Okay, you pry open a nice little hole there. You're feeling relatively exposed now, because you can literally just look down it and see like the astral plane flowing like below you all.
Is there any tables or some sort of long pieces of wood, like long wide wood, here in this area of the ship that I can just put it over?
There's no like random pieces of wood, but there is like a lid from a crate that you could just like rip off, and a couple of crates you could just put over there, and some sacks and whatnot. Patch it up.
I'll do that for now, and just kick it or move it open when we need to just vamoose.
All right. Suddenly the ship is just hit with something, and it shakes side to side. Everyone make a strength save.
There goes Gop.
That goes me as well.
Alright,
Ooh,
Pavel,
nice.
you're knocked to the ground. And so are you, Gorp. You're just knocked prone. That's all. But there, again, so when that happens, all of like the planks of wood that you just put over the hole, they're just sort of like spat out and thrown about, and you just feel this like vicious sucking coming from the hole momentarily as the whole entire ship shudders and agitates. But with as quickly as that happens, is as quickly as it goes.
Wait, how did I get knocked prone if I got a 17?
Oh, I didn't mean to put that on you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're such a gentleman and you're helping Mithril not get knocked prone.
Deal.
She
I'll
fell into
take
your
that.
arms.
I always gotta help people out, so yeah.
Alright.
Well, I actually also want to do it for Guap. He got negative one. I want to help him out if I can.
Hey,
Or only one person.
you guys can help yourselves up. There's no real hazard. But then suddenly you just hear this fuck all up the southern section of the ship. Something is crawling along the hull. And it just stops.
And I'd like to quickly, grab whatever pieces I try my best to like, throw whatever I can on top of that hole that we just put. We made. I mean.
Can I
Suddenly,
try and like break the hinges of this door?
Susan.
And stick it on top.
all right,
Yeah.
you snap the door off, and you guys get the hole covered pretty quickly.
Good. Cool.
Susan, suddenly, before your very eyes, there is an angry-looking creature that has just literally appeared in front of you, standing next to you.
I scream.
Oh shit. I run over
First
there.
of all, you feel this cold presence. Oh, wait. Before
Alright,
any
alright,
movement
alright.
out,
Go
we're
back,
gonna have
go
to
back.
roll initiative.
Alright. Sorry
So
about
you see this, you feel this very, very icy cold presence next to you, Susan, and you see this sort of semi-incorporeal aberration standing next to you. It's sort of bent over with these long, scrangly arms. It has very long, pointed ears and these disgusting gnarled wings that end in tipped claws that sort of hover over its head. It has very sharp claws also at the end of its elongated fingers. It sort of looks like some sort of devil or demon, and it has this long black goatee, sort of continuing down from its sharp angled jaw, and it just raises its head towards you, and it begins to jump at you in a very aggressive manner.
Roll initiative.
And it literally just appeared there. It didn't it looked like it teleported in, basically. Or was magically created in front of you. It's somewhat
What's your
spectral.
name?
Is it a demon of some kind?
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, Azeroth would know most demons.
Alright. With a 14, you can tell that it's not a demon. But you don't know what it is.
Yeah, okay.
Gorp.
Alright. I take it I'm still hidden at the moment.
There is literally a direct line of sight
Oh, okay. So,
here, so there's nothing for you to be hidden between.
Okay. I'll come over here and I will hit it with. I guess I'll just shoot it with my crossbow. Okay.
Alright, it does have half cover from Susan, but you fire, thwack, and the bolt sticks into it. It just sort of looks down at the bolt menacingly and sort of tangles its clawed hand over the bolt and just unsticks it from its side. It looked like you barely even heard it.
Then I'll take a step over so I'm like break his line of sight and hide.
Okay.
Like the coward I am.
Alright, 21, you are hidden. Mithril.
Mithril?
Are you there, Mithril?
She on silent, or is she experiencing? Oh, wait,
No.
is he experiencing the same thing? Sorry.
No, I'm here. So basically, I'm just going to run up to it and scream and go, "Ah, you disgusting thing!" And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
With a hassle like that, I hope you can come on with something a bit better.
Alright, it fails and just sort of. This invisible force just sort of slams its head to the side and it kinks its head and then just slowly turns it back towards you, locking its gaze onto you. Doesn't seem to show any expression of emotion, it doesn't speak,
And I'm going to
And-
run behind Sinners.
it doesn't even look injured. It sort of, as you see it, it sort of flickers in and out of existence, almost as if it's spectral. Some sort of ghostly apparition. And EOT?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't do it.
No problem.
Does it work?
I'll get it for you.
There you go.
Oops, I
Okay.
just skipped ahead.
Oh.
Sorry, Pavel. It just means you missed your turn. That's all. No, I'm joking. All right,
Cool.
you're up.
Alright, so, okay, I want to say I'm still holding the torch because I can still see around here. Is that, can we say that, Seb?
Yeah, I think you've got a torch lit by the looks of it. So you've got that lantern. Do you want me to just? You never said it, but I mean, the lantern gives you optimum light. So let's say you've got the
Yeah,
lantern
but...
out.
Okay, damn it.
Or did you want to
I
not
wanna
have the light?
No, I wanted to drop it so I can like use my interactive object instead to bring out my bow.
Oh yeah, we'll just say there's like a lantern sat down then for you guys. I mean, no one really specified, but
You non-dark vision users.
Actually, oh yeah, well me and Susan only have dark vision users. I think, maybe.
all right. Let me just take your light off, and then let me put a lantern on the ground.
Thank you.
But usually, if you don't specify what sort of light source you have, then it'll just be on your default. There we go. There's a
Alright,
lantern.
so... Thank you. Alright, so I'm just gonna take out my bow and arrow, knock a bow, move to 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, I could have gone the other way, but it still would have been the same. Whatever. I'll move here. It's 25 feet movement. I'll then knock. Well, my arrow's already knocked. I pull back and I shoot at this whatever. What is it? This thing? This demon-looking thing.
Burbling. Burbling.
Burbling. Burbling. All right. Longbow attack. Go.
That hits.
Yes.
Direct hit.
Ooh, nice.
It lets out a bit of a moan. It sort of starts to sway a little bit, and this black ooze just excretes from the arrow wound.
Alright then, that's all I can do. Wait, yeah, that's all I can do. End of turn.
Sinner looks quite concerned, and he runs over to Susan, and he sort of just tries to get up in the Burbalang's face, and he uses the help action. Just tries to like push it back and interpose himself in between Susan and the creature. Next attack on it has advantage. Susan.
Nice.
Okay, I launched my great axe at it.
Alright, it is in the midst of just extending its claws, and it looks like it's about to like grab your head. It opens up its mouth and reveals these sharp fangs. As that happens, Sinner runs over and grabs it and wrestles with it, and its entire side is exposed. You slice it horizontally for 10 points of damage, opening it up, and more of this disgusting black ooze just waterfalls out from its ribs. It roars and moans. However, it still comes in at you, Susan. And now it goes from gently sort of extending its claws to just straight up jumping on you. Its first attack does have disadvantage though, as it tries to grab you with its claw, Susan. And it stumbles forward as Sinner just grabs it and pushes it back. Again, it leaps at you, and this time it reveals these sharp, razor-sharp rows of fangs in its maw. And it bites onto you, 9 piercing damage, biting onto your neck viciously. And you hear all these whispers and voices just rush through your mind, Susan. What you have, show me what you have in there. It seems to be this psychic voice that tears through your mind. But it doesn't do anything adverse to you. Go up.
Show me what you got. I will pop out. I see her getting pretty bashed, don't I?
Yes.
Alright. Sorry, I just need to double check a range on a spell.
Susan basically is like wearing armor, or like you see this spectral sort of vision of like this fully grown like knight, or not knight but like soldier, like sort of appear over her, and this like magical like sort of presence seems to be protecting her, as if like you're really seeing like this man in place of her wearing this armor, and you just see the Burbalang biting onto her armored sort of shoulder and just piercing straight through it.
Okay.
But I do have my advantage, which -3 on piercing.
Yes, so the armor is sort of protecting her somewhat, but it still managed to bite through it and get you a little bit.
Okay. I will cast Witch Bolt on this thing.
Alrighty, you have advantage. And you send this wicked yellow beam over to it, and it just sort of spikes onto the Burberlang, sparkles for 5 lightning damage, and there's just like these yellow tendrils of lightning that sort of tether you to it.
And yeah, I guess that's it for now. I can't really hide, can I?
I think if you break line of sight, then the witch bolt goes away.
Yeah.
And that's concentration, right?
Yep.
Alright. I just put it onto your... the yellow dot means concentration for you.
Okay, perfect. Cheers.
I put it on for you. Alright, EOT. This creature is starting to really struggle now. It's got these horrible wounds through it, and now this lightning bolt is tethered onto it. Is that EOT, Gorp?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to click it.
No problem, it takes a little while to get used to. Mithril.
So,
It's disappeared again.
sorry, no, I'm here. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to do Vicious Mockery. Can I do it from here?
Yeah, it's 60 feet range, so...
I apologise, my friend's here. I'm trying to teach him the mechanics at the same time.
Alright, you start to hurl insults at it, and the Burberlang is just shaking its head, completely ignoring you.
Fair enough. And I'll just move behind here.
And Pavel.
Right, stuck on a bow in hand, take out another arrow of my quiver, knock it in, move to the side of Guap so I can get a clear line of sight even though I have Susan. Pull it back and let an arrow fly.
And that's a hit.
Pretty good with the bow and
6
arrow.
points of damage. Again, this time the arrow just sticks straight into its chest, and it really starts to sort of fade in and out of existence. This like lightning sparks around it, and it's almost completely transparent at this stage.
EOT. Oh my god, I can't do it for you. Alright, cool, there we go.
Sinner just moves forward, and he just takes a dagger overhead and just tries to stab it.
You can do it, Sinner.
And the Burberlang sort of just whips its body around and just jumps to the side. Sinner swings into the air instead. Susan.
Great axe.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
You just take your axe, and there's a clear opening of its neck that's exposed. One quick sweep, and you completely dislodge its head from its gaunt body. And just before the head hits the ground, suddenly it just vanishes. The entire creature vanishes, going completely invisible and disappears.
What was that?
Jesus Christ, I have no idea. I'm still holding the bow, about to fire again, but everything's good. Ooh, nice.
112 XP each, and the creature just literally fades away like a ghost or an apparition, disappearing before your very eyes. No apparent, from a quick scan of the area, no apparent exits that it had crawled through. It certainly didn't crawl through this hole in the floor.
By any chance, would that creature be able to turn? I mean, I wouldn't know, but would it be able to turn invisible, maybe?
You can make an Arcana check, but without that, you've got no idea. This creature is completely alien to you.
Oh, I don't have good Arcana, but might as well try.
Yeah, you've got no
Can Gorp
idea
give
what
it a
it
go?
is. Yeah, sure, anyone that hasn't made one already.
Whoa!
You've seen perhaps a few of these creatures before. If you hadn't seen them, Gorp, you've read about them when you studied the plains. Basically, the Burbalangs creep across the petrified remains of dead gods. So, here and there, scattered along the astral plane, physical remnants of gods that have passed away through times. Some of them are so massive in scale that cities have been built upon the remains of these gods. And these creatures, they like to scour those remains, gathering secrets from the gods that used to inhabit the remains and the bones of dead creatures. They call forth the spirits of the dead and force them to divulge their secrets. They can be used as spies. They can be used as speakers for the dead. And they thirst and hunger for information. They are also known to be able to create spectral duplicates of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They are native to the astral plane.
Okay, so we know if it goes invisible or if it's even here or anything like that?
From what you could tell, that wasn't the creature. That was a spectral duplicate of itself.
Alright, I'll relay this to the party.
Interesting. So would that mean they got attracted to Susan because of that demon that's inside of her, the Azeroth?
Could just picture a random.
That too.
I mean, next to Gop, she's the second smallest.
Alright, let's continue on with the plan. That was some distraction, but let's keep spraying out this oil. You save one of your magic thingies to cast a fire somewhere. Maybe prestidigitation, I don't know.
I've got a cantrip of firebolt, so.
Cool. Alright, so let's keep setting up to make sure everything's right. And then when the time comes down here to try and collect us, or when we feel like we land, let's just do what we said we were gonna do.
Can I take the lantern and have a look inside the bilge area?
Sure.
The one that's underneath this floor?
It's basically empty. It's completely dry. There's a small gap. Only a small-sized creature could sort of crawl around. That's you, Gorp. So you can take a look around, but apart from the hole that had been made, it's just very dark down here. It smells like mildew, and the bilge basically extends the entire length of the hull here.
Okay, so I don't see the body of this creature thing in there.
No, it's empty. You just sort of have to crawl over these rows of beams that sort of form the ship itself. And
Okay, that's cool. I'll come back up.
no creature itself.
Have we investigated this room by any chance, or can I hear anything from it before I try and open it?
Make a perception check.
But I'm not gonna try and open it because I know those things are there. Perception.
You put your ear
There
up
you
to the door, and you just hear the scratching from the room adjacent to it. But from this room itself, nothing. You just hear the soothing sounds of the ebbs and flows of the ship sailing through the astral plane. Almost sounds like the rocking of a boat.
That's nice. It's actually pretty calming. But I put my bow away, I take out my short sword, and I open the door just to, he's right, posture check. Not the one that has here scratches in it, but maybe another door inside.
Alright, so you're opening it up.
Yeah, with my short sword drawn, just in case. I know what goes on around here. Oh, fuck.
So the door wasn't locked and it opened straight up. You see a large pile of hay in the eastern wall piled up against it, and standing there, inanimate, is this weird contraption. It's a metallic construct. It has sharp spikes lining the lower portion of its snake-like body, telescopic-looking eyes, and these sort of eye stalks that extend out from its eyes. It also has this sharp-looking beak.
Can I tell if it's sentient or alive?
That will require an Arcana check. I mean, it definitely doesn't seem like it's not moving or nothing, and it doesn't react in any way. It's just inanimate.
Oh wow.
You're not sure exactly what the creature is, Gorp. Pavel, again, you don't really have a way of knowing, because you've never seen this particular creature, but you can tell that's a construct that looks like some sort of like scouting mechanism. And it looks like it could be very efficient in burrowing through the ground as well.
Now that I've sort of seen that it's not moving or alive, I slowly and cautiously approach it.
Alright, it just
Sword drawn.
just sort of sits there like a vehicle parked in a garage.
I slowly, cautiously touch it with my fingertip, somewhere.
Alright, as soon
anywhere
as you
along
touch it, the eyes start to glow. You hear all of these pistons start to crank, and it starts to sort of become alive immediately as soon as that happens. Lightning sparks start to flare out from it, and it looks like it's become hostile.
Oh fuck! Roll initiative. Yep.
Actually, let me just roll it for it too. It becomes active now, and it looks very hostile. Pavel.
I can for sure know it's hostile. Like, I can see it. Like,
Oh, it's
have that
coming at
front
you
gate.
with its beak snapping.
Damn it! Why did I have to? I swing my short sword at it immediately.
Alright, it looks like the Hooded Lantern gets a turn in the initiative too. Let me just take that off. Alright, a 13, that hits it.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Nice.
And your blade does not even scratch it. It just bounces off.
5 doesn't do anything. This didn't hit?
You hit. It just did not do anything to it at all. It's completely immune to your attack.
Fuck.
It seems to be made of this magical metal that is deflecting your non-magical blade.
Okay, well, I can't run because of opportunity of attack, so end of turn.
Alright. It just snaps its maw at you, and all these sparks of lightning sort of arc out from its beaked mouth. It misses as you jump back away from it. Now all of these pistons start firing at an alarming rate, and lightning starts to build up around it. It looks like it's about to explode with lightning. Susan.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do anything to it.
Oh, yeah, I haven't screamed or anything. I just slashed at it. You hear lots of noises, so that's all you can go on.
Sinner just sort of runs over to investigate, dashing, and he sort of just looks in, and he just starts yelling out to you, Pavel. Ooh, 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 gesturing his hand to get out of there, and he backs away cautiously. Mithril.
I'm gonna try and stab it with my rapier.
Okay.
No, I tried.
No? Okay.
I mean, you do what you gotta do. I'm just saying, I tried, but it doesn't mean you can't try. Maybe your rapier can actually, fit in there and get some vital piece other than my slashing.
Alright, you run forward, Mithril, and that you completely fumble with the blade and miss entirely.
Okay.
Your blade is just basically ricocheted off of all these moving parts. Gorp.
Got shell. Where exactly is this little thing?
It's
Oh, where these guys
yeah.
are. Yeah. I'll basically stand here, and I will cast
can't,
Shocking Grasp.
You're in Mithril Square. Oh, you can't move when you're
Metro.
As small, I should be able
Nope,
to.
you cannot occupy the same square as another creature.
Ah.
Or end any part of your turn there. You can.
So I can't get through the doorway anyway.
No, not while Mithril and Pavel are there. There's not enough room for you.
Okay. I guess I'll just ready an action for when I see this thing. I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp on
Okay.
it.
You begin to sheath your hands with lightning, and you cast it. Just as it's about to be unleashed, you hold the energy.
And yeah, it's my turn. Sorry, I forgot to click the little EOT. There you go.
Pavel.
I can't move away from it because then it gets an opportunity to attack.
Well, you can take
so
the
all I
disengage
can do-
action if you want.
I
Yeah,
can.
that will prevent you from getting opportunity attacked.
I'll be good because we're in a small room and I can't do shit right now. So let's all try and gang up on it. So I'm gonna try to I'll do disengage action and just get the hell out of it.
Okay.
Alright. One. So it's double. So it's 10, right?
Yep.
Alright, 10, 15. I'm gonna stand next to her just in case something happens. So that's 20. There you go.
Okay.
And I'm
Alright, this creature, it sort of just does this little jump. And it leaps forward. And it explodes with lightning. Completely charging all of the floor full of magical lightning energy. I need... Let's have a look here.
There's a wooden insulator.
It's magical. Well, it's not magical, it's just... I guess it does charge electrically charged wood. This is why D&D is not a physics simulator. Okay.
Yeah, that would not be possible.
That's going to hit everyone. Immediately, rivets of lightning start streaking through the ground. I need everybody to make me a dexterity save.
Oh no, I'm sorry about that, guys.
Alright, these
Dexterity
like
save.
lines of electricity, they sort of leap over the ground. They're visible. They're not actually conducting the wood itself, but they're physical bolts of lightning that just sort of snake along the ground towards each and every one of you. Susan, you're hit for 7 lightning damage, and immediately everything goes black for you as you fall unconscious. Mithril, you jump, and the lightning bolt just only arcs up and barely shocks you for 3 lightning damage. Same with you, Gorp. You manage to
Okay.
leap out of the way, and only a little arc gets you for 3 lightning damage. And same with you, Pavel.
3 lightning damage.
At the same time, alright, that is going to agitate the Kruthix in the next room as well.
Oh
So
no.
I'm going to make them dex saves, and I'm going to add them to the turn order.
You had to go touching it, didn't you?
If you kill Susan, Pavel.
I'll make sure to save you. That's my #1 priority. Don't worry.
Alright, you hear screeches coming from the next room as well. As you can hear that the Kruthix have been affected by this lightning too. Alright, and it all the lightning now is just dissipated off the Bronze Scout. It just starts snapping its maw. Alright, this Kruthix, they're just going to use their tunneler feature now and just break straight through the wood. They don't even need to make an ability check. And it screeches, it gets out of the room. It hisses and squeaks, squeals, and it jumps at Sinner, coming around to his side, trying to stab him with these sharp claws. Sinner just turns, and then you just see Sinner stab straight through the chest, and he goes down, unconscious.
Ouch.
Oh, thank God he's not dead.
And the creature again just screeches, flicks its disgusting tongue around inside its mouth. Susan, make a death save.
Where's that?
On your underneath your hit points, I think there's a death save button somewhere. Middle column, 4th or 5th box down for death saving throw. You see 3 little check boxes. On your actual character sheet. Whoa, what did they do to the character sheet?
Hey, they
Looks
changed
so
it up.
cool.
I looked at it. It looks pretty cool.
That does look really cool.
Yeah, it happened like an hour before we started
I
playing.
didn't even
I was
realize.
halfway through a game and it came
So
up.
next to your hit dice, there, Susan. Yeah, that looks nice. That is nice style. All right. Was that a natural 1? Wait, you clicked
No,
hit
that's,
dice.
I think that's the hit
Yeah,
dice.
the one next to that is death saves. Just click the name death saves, and it'll automatically
There's no name death saves, just a success or failures.
Yep, underneath. Do you see underneath failures? Does it say death saves?
No, I think it went off the page.
Alright. Maybe close your sheet and reopen it. It's probably glitched out. If that doesn't work, then just roll a d20.
Okay.
And then you might need to reload your browser.
God damn it, why did I have to be curious?
You do the // first, other way around. Just like how you had it though, except do the / first. Perfect. That is one failure. At least you didn't get that natural 1 because that would have been 2 failures.
That's 2. Yeah.
I rolled for Sinner as well. He makes 1 success. But he is on the ground dying. Mithril.
Okay, can I cast Vicious Mockery at this mechanoid?
Okay. Alright, as you cast Vicious Mockery, you see this faint blue sheen just hover over it. Sort of encapsulate it temporarily, as it has magic resistance. And your spell has no effect on it.
Okay.
Go up.
Well, it's sort of limited on what I can do. If I stand here, can I like just grab it through the door?
No, you can't see it, so it has total cover from you, from where you are.
Okay. Well, it's fuck all I can do.
If
I'll
Mithril was
just
nice
hide.
enough, she might have moved.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the way. But
I also to give a potion to Susan.
true. Where is she? Over here.
No, I meant like, but like I think only me, I think Mithril or someone else has. We picked up a couple potions of healing. I don't know how we distributed, but yeah.
I started off with one, I believe, so I'll pour one down her gullet.
Alrighty.
Oh,
2d4
thank God.
plus
You're so
2.
nice. You're so nice, man.
And usually I'll say the person administering it can roll it.
Alright, so what's the thing for a health potion?
2d4 plus 2. I think
4
as
plus
well.
2.
I may have put a handy dandy macro in there as well. Down the bottom. Anyway, that has all potions. Alright, Susan. 7 healing for you. You just sort of open your eyes and you feel a lot better.
And then I'll just like stand over here and I'll cast hide quickly.
Yep, you can hide.
Woo.
Yep, you are well and truly hidden.
And yeah, that's me.
Not from the crew thick,
Alright.
but from the Bronze Scout, because whoops, not unconscious, because they're not really on the same side. I'll say that they're not going to point out your location to the Bronze Scout, unless they're just being real pricks. Pavel,
Alright.
they
So I
might
have my
be in
sword
on it
out,
together. You don't never know.
I see Sinner there. I see him dead. You know, it's the creature attacked him. I already have my sword out, so I use my interactive object to take out my hand axe. So I'm dual wielding.
Okay.
I run over there at the same time, yelling just one word:
All right.
heal.
As that happens,
Heal. Just heal.
the Bronze Scout lurches forward and snaps its bite at you, but it
What?
misses.
I thought it was behind cover. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
actually, sorry. I just realized. Let me just. Oh, I thought you were in a different square. Yeah, it couldn't get you. My bad. Disregard that. Sorry.
Alright, so I keep running, just yell heal.
I don't know who made this map, but man, I tell you.
Alright, so as I was running, I'll yell heal. I go over it and I attack it once with a hand axe and once with the sword.
Okay.
And
All right, a 7
And a-
misses and a 4 misses.
Oh my
Both
God.
attacks you just scrape its tough, steel-like armored chitin. And it does. You do get its attention though. It turns towards you, raising a claw over its head.
that's something at least. Alright, then and my turn. Damn, it's all the way up there.
You can see that they're sort of smoldering a little bit from the lightning. Their flesh has been burnt. The other Kruthic, it jumps on you, Pavel, and it has advantage on this due to pack tactics.
Oh god.
And these massive scythe-like claws come down on you, stab you for 4 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And it just wrestles on you and tries to rend chunks of flesh off of you. Meanwhile, the Bronze Scout, it's going absolutely ballistic. It is just flailing around, snaking its body, and biting Mithril. Alright, that hits you, Mithril. I'm not sure if you're back yet, but you take 6 points of damage. I'm going to presume you're not, so I'm going to just reduce that damage for you. And you see Mithril, sparks of lightning come out of the Bronze Scout's maw, and Mithril is looking very badly injured now.
I'd have to open that door.
This has advantage on you as well, and they basically just work together now to try and get their dinner, Havel, and you happen to be it. And it's just slashes across you, and you go unconscious.
Oh
no. If you kill us all.
It's just a roll in the dice. Susan.
Am I capable of shouting to the Githyanki above?
You can shout. Whether or not he'll hear it or want to listen to you guys now is a separate story. Different story. Because you guys did, remember you did trick him last time he came down here.
Okay, can I at least shout that we're all about to die and he's about to lose out on millions in cargo?
Alrighty, you yell that out as loud as you can.
Then I go over here and attack the weakened Githyanki with my battle axe.
Okay. And I presume you stand up first as well.
Great axe, not hand axe.
Alright, you run forward, jumping to your feet, and jump on top of it, and you just slaughter it, slicing it, and its body just hits the ground. Dead. Sinner makes another death save. That's a failure. Mithril.
Seeing his friend off, I wonder if he's back.
You still AFK? Alright, well usually I'll just say that the character takes a dodge action because I don't want to be responsible for controlling other people's characters. But...
I'm here, just got back.
Okay.
Thank
You
God.
got bitten and the situation's not looking very good at the moment. You've got 2 people down.
Okay, so I'm going to try and move away. I don't know what's going to happen.
It already...
Oh,
Oh, we got its reaction back. Alright, it's going to try an opportunity attack you. And it snaps at you. You manage to leap just quickly enough out of the way.
Okay, I got to run to... Is Susan still alive?
Yeah.
Susan's up.
So I'm going to run here and get a barrel. Try, I got a medicine.
That won't get him up. It'll stabilize him though.
What do you want me to roll?
We
Nothing.
have potions of healing.
Did you say a healing kit? Or...
Medicine kit. Healing
Yeah,
kit.
that's automatic. You just stable him. It doesn't heal you though. It just makes you stable.
Okay, and then I'm done.
Go up.
I should be back for the rest of the game now.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did we pick up potions of healing in this game, or was it the other game I was thinking about?
I think you guys might have got some, but you have to look on.
I think we
Yeah.
got 3.
Yeah, you should look on your character sheet if you don't have it. Then
I didn't pick one
I
up, I
just got
think.
healers kits.
I think you guys
Not
got
bad.
2 healing potions from the chest. So I don't know who's used what, but it should be on your.
I haven't. I don't have one in my inventory. I might have not put it in by accident.
Maybe. Oh, who?
Oh, I got the other one.
So, yeah, do you have one, Mithril? Mithril? Okay. Go up. You're up. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Actually, Gob did say he was helping his wife out, I think, in the chat. Yeah, he said I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll just need to help the wife with something.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a
Dropping like
5-minute
flies.
break. We're gonna take a 5-minute intermission.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Just let the yelling begin. Why the fuck did I have to touch that thing?
I swear, if you T-Pay kill our party,
It's not
honestly,
blame Pavel. It's all his fault.
Blame Pavel.
if this goes wrongly, I'm running for the door and shouting for the man to come down here and help us out. Screw trying to escape. I just want to survive right now. I will not let Susan die.
I'll see you guys back in 5 minutes past the hour.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a vehicle to ride, honestly. I'm still here?
Back.
Sorry, I had to go, guys. The wife she's got this huge thing, facial toes and all that, and then she went to catch a bus and missed it, so I quickly had to drop her off.
Oh. We just took
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I thought the DM would be able to skip my turn, so I was like, alright, sweet.
I didn't want to really skip your turn because it's sort of at a pivotal moment in the combat, so.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry for making it wrong, mate.
It's alright, we just decided to take a 5-minute break anyway, because we've been playing for a couple of hours straight. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, our entire party's about to die anyway, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Are you back yet, Mithril?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. It's actually your turn, Gorp. Let's continue.
Yeah, I just skipped it out of instinct, so
No problem.
Go ahead, I'll just keep hiding.
No.
Didn't you prepare a spell to launch at him?
That already is
Yeah,
gone.
but my turn's already gone. Alright.
Alright, let's continue. So, looking around, 2 of the Kruthiks have been killed. Sinner is on the ground, dying. Pavel's on the ground. This Bronze Scout is just viciously thrashing around in the room. It's used its reaction, and you're hidden still, Gorp. Not from the Kruthiks, but from the Bronze Scout.
And that scout's not doing much, it's just staying where it is?
It hasn't come out, but it hasn't had an opportunity to come out of the room at the same time.
Alright, so it hasn't had a chance to come out of the closet. That's easy enough.
Maybe try closing the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but if this thing looks like a giant centipede, I'm guessing it has a burrow speed. That door's not going to stop it much.
Maybe it respects doors.
If only someone respected the no touchy rule.
Oh god.
I guess I'll take a step out. This thing hasn't been damaged at all, has it?
No.
I tried slashing at it and I couldn't attack it. Something's wrong.
Non-magical weapons don't seem to have an effect on it.
And none of my spells do either.
Yeah, but your vicious mockery was you're trying to hassle a robot.
Well,
doesn't really work.
Yeah, you didn't see it work. You didn't feel this like complete disconnect from your arcane energy on it. It made the saving throw basically. But it's very highly resilient to magic from what you could tell.
Since I took a short rest and all that, I would have one of my level 1 spell slots back, correct?
Arcane
So that'd be
rest.
my last one.
Is it? Is that?
Yeah, the thing so I get my intelligence modifier back.
Yes.
Which only thing I'd expend was that. Alright. I've got a plan, but I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to witch bolt this thingy-majig.
Okay.
And hope that it's not immune to electricity.
Oh, it most likely is.
Alright. You fire your witch bolt at it, and your yellow spark of energy just tethers onto it. More streams of lightning tether you to it as it just starts to sort of convulse a little bit violently and shaking from being electrocuted. It's definitely affecting it.
Okay. And then can I back up so I'm keeping eye contact with it while I'm keeping my eye on it, but hoping to hide in a way that it won't see me too easily? Maybe like climb up on barrels or something?
No, if you're in line of sight of it, you
No.
cannot hide from it.
Okay.
Unless you've got some way to heavily obscure yourself. But you'll break your,
Well,
you'll
that's what I
break
was
your
thinking,
witch
if
bolt.
I can hide behind all this shit.
Basically, if you break your line of sight, then your witch bolt won't stay tethered to it.
Won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the way it works, unfortunately.
Alright. I just gotta hope that I can survive a couple turns while this thing's going away. And yeah, alright, I guess I'll just have to sit there and wait it out.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, click that. What's my quality again?
Alright, Pavel, make a death save.
What?
Hasn't he been
Oh
stabilized?
yes, you're stable. That's nothing you can do. This Kruthik's dead. Alright, the Bronze Scout, it doesn't move. It just stays there thrashing around wildly in this small chamber. But it doesn't come out. It doesn't move. It doesn't attempt to move out of this room. Alright, the other Kruthik now. It sets its sights on Susan. And it screeches and just slashes at you. And
Miss.
you just deflect the sharp claw with your axe. And you're up.
Great accent.
Alright, you riposte it. However, this time your blade just sort of scratches along its armor. That's a miss. Alright, Sinner is just sort of murmuring on the ground there, unconscious. Almost like he's sleep talking. Mithril.
So I'm going to vicious mockery the bird this time.
Alright, you again cast vicious mockery on it, and again, it has no
Press the
effect.
button. Oh, there you go.
It's just magical energy, just does not affect it.
Okay, I'm going to body inspiration Susan. I'm going to say, good luck, and I'm just going to run.
You don't have any bardic inspiration left.
the fuck
You
got a
used them
dodge?
all.
Oh, did I not? Okay, I'm just going to say good luck and run.
Leaving little girl to fight off a goddamn thing.
It's what we do.
Well, then again, I mean, pretty powerful from Azeroth and all that stuff. Damn.
But yeah, I'm on 1 hit point, so that's all I can do.
EOT.
I've got the bronze thing busy.
Orb.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this thing's actually actively getting damaged or if it's just paralyzed?
You don't need to make a Arcana check. You can see that it's all of the metal plates that it has attached to its body. They're getting buckled and ripped off of it. All of the moving parts are
Okay.
getting destroyed.
Alright, well, I'll use my action to keep the Witch Bolt, so I don't have to roll to hit it again, but I just roll for damage,
It's
yeah?
just a straight up D12 damage, automatic hit. That's its thing. And more lightning just explodes, and more panels of the Bronze Scout are torn off of it. It just violently thrashes from side to side with its snake-like body.
That's right, guys, I got this one.
Please kill it. I don't want Susan to die.
One guy's taking a nap.
Don't worry, Susan. We got this. We all got this. Don't worry.
Is it
You
possible
don't
for me
want
to
drown.
hide from the bug thing, but not from the bronze statue?
Yes,
Don't worry.
Not that it really matters at this point.
can. It's not even,
Wow.
the Kruthik's not even paying any attention to you anyway.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Alright, Pavel, there's nothing you can do, just unconscious. But at least you're not making death saves. And this Kruthik's dead. The Bronze Scout again, it doesn't leave. It does, however, move out of the way of the Witch Bolt. And immediately the tether is just broken. You just see like tendrils of electricity just fade away.
Oh man, that ruined my day.
Alright, this Kruthik, it continues to try and eat you, Susan. And it slashes at you for 2 points of piercing damage again, using your armor to deflect it through Azeroth. And you're up.
Okay, I attack it with my great axe.
And you just bury the axe into its back, and it just collapses to the ground. Dead.
Finally! Let all these wimps know that Azeroth's not to be toyed with!
Alrighty. I'm actually going to break the initiative order now because this Bronze Scout is not actively pursuing you all.
Can I be a cheap prick and just start shooting it with spells? Make sure
What
it's down.
spell are you using?
I was gonna go Firebolt, but I feel like that would be a bad idea.
You can.
Very much so.
You can just keep firebolting it until a couple of firebolts and it's just no longer moving. It just lays there, scorched and broken in a heap.
Sweet.
Ooh, can I do medical on
On Sinner.
the got down guy?
But does Mithril have a healer's kit? Did you say?
I've got a healer's kit. I don't know where I got it from, but I've got
I
a
think you
healer's
found
kit.
it here. So yeah, it has 10 charges. So you should have used.
Yep.
Yeah, using it.
One.
Yeah, you don't need to make any ability check.
So I use the second one now.
Alright,
Then.
you bandage him up, and he's just there, unconscious as well, but still alive.
Can I loot the contraption up there?
You go and inspect this room. So the contraption itself, there are like random parts that you could take. Basically just cogs and whatnot. Maybe some panels of bronze. It doesn't have anything of particular value. However, underneath the pile of hay that it's resting on, you find, let's have a look here, this strange purple stone. It was just nestled underneath the hay. It sort of glows softly. It has all the colors of the astral plane in it.
Can I like stroll over and use an Arcana check on it?
You can. You can immediately tell that it's got some sort of magical property about it. It's literally glowing with all of these rainbow colors.
Alright. Can I ritual cast Identify
Okay.
on it?
You
So I go to Susan
do
and
you
ask
have
her and borrow it
a
for
pearl worth
now.
100 GP?
Ah, have you got to do it every single time?
It doesn't consume it, but you need to have the pearl for the original casting of.
Yeah, but I've got an arcane.
It doesn't
Arcane thing
substitute
sort of
if it
thing,
has a
wouldn't it?
gold value. The arcane focus is
Oh,
only
it doesn't?
for
Okay.
non-costing.
What if you use
Oh, okay.
an owl
I thought it was
familiar?
anything that wasn't.
Could you use an owl,
wasn't-
owl familiar as a feather?
It's a pearl worth 100 GP. If it has
And an
yeah,
alpha.
if it has a gold piece cost, that means the spell focus doesn't substitute for it. And for this this particular instance, because it doesn't say it's consumed, as long as you've got that 100 GP pearl, you can use it as many times as you want. Other spells like Revivify, it uses like 300 gold pieces worth of crushed diamonds. They get it says when consumed, when used, then they will be consumed. So you'll need to buy a 100 GP pearl when you can.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a matter of the fact that if it's not consumed, then you can use your arcane spell focus. That was the whole point of it.
Nope. That's why it has the gold piece value there.
Oh, dodgy. Alright, I can just try and cast try an Arcana check then.
Alrighty, go for it. You won't be able to identify it, but you might know what it is. So, you've heard that in Tunarath, they have this alternative currency system. They don't use gold pieces, although gold pieces can be accepted. They use these things called credits, and you believe that this is a credit stone. It's basically an item that can transfer credits from a user to user, or from object to
So
user.
it's a credit card.
Kind of. But you don't really know how it works without identify. You've just read about it. That's about it.
I can explain this all to the party, I take it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And then I'll give it to Susan since she's the least likely to get mugged.
If Azeroth's in control, he'll be doing the mugging.
You guys get
Can I check the rune from the raptors?
63 XP each, of course. Alright. This room is quite narrow. It contains a single large barrel reinforced with silver bands and a wooden crate.
Rob it! I don't care what's in it, rob it!
Open the stuff.
Which one? The crate or the barrel?
Great.
Alright. You open the
I'll-
crate,
I'll go
and
barrel.
there are plenty of empty vials in there. One of the vials, however, has this like green sulfuric liquid inside of it. It's a vial of acid, You can make a ranged attack against a creature or an object, treating the acid as an improvised weapon. When you hit, they take 2d6 acid damage.
Give that to Mithril and check the barrel.
I think your total's wrong there, Mithril. You guys shouldn't have 491 yet.
No, it should be 333.
At 270.
Did you get the XP? You should have one.
He hasn't put the 270 from the last fight, right? 63 should put us up to 333.
I think so. I don't really keep track of the XP count, so I know it's around the 300 mark. It's definitely not 491 though.
No,
Yeah, it's 333. I've been keeping track myself.
I was gonna say I'll bet my left nut that it's 333.
All right,
Alright, oh god.
the barrel just has this weird liquid in it. It's like this greenish goop.
Can I try an Arcana see what it is?
Sure. It's
Booyah.
not magical. And you've got no idea what it is. You can make a nature
So it's not
check.
like a potion or something.
No, it's not magical.
I'm not particularly great at that.
It seems to be some sort of natural stuff, but you can't identify it exactly. It's like some sort of slush of maybe some plants or something mixed in there. Most likely feed for these Kruthic.
Now they're herbivores when they're not trying to rape us.
It's got this like weird sort of sludgy sort of texture to it, and it smells god awful. Smells meaty.
Ooh, Gorp would be keen.
Yeah, probably want to eat some.
If we got a spare minute, we're sitting in here then just waiting.
We can level up
guess-
to level 2.
I can level up, cool. I'm still passed out, but yeah.
Yeah, and then
You guys can go
do we
ahead and
have
level up
an
to level
hour
2.
and 10 minutes?
You don't know. You can wait an hour and 10 minutes and see if you have that much, but you've got no way of knowing exactly when you're going to arrive at your destination.
So I didn't hear. Did you say we do level up? Or
Yeah,
we
you guys
have to
can level
wait?
up to level 2.
Seb, the same as last time, I just go to 20
Sorry.
for health wise.
Yep, you get your average hit dice rounded up, plus your constitution modifier, and then any abilities and class features that you get from being level 2 in whatever class you're going to be. You guys can gain any spell slots that you would, or any abilities that you would. The wizard won't be able to prepare
On a short
spells
rest,
though,
right?
because that's done at the end of a long rest. However, you will gain the spell slots and the spells known in your spell book.
So I also don't get any new spells.
Yeah, you do. As a bard, you're a bard, right? So you
No, but I don't get them prepared.
you don't prepare spells. You just know spells.
So I have them already.
Yeah.
Okay, I know them.
Yep.
Okay.
You just pull them out of your cleavage.
Yeah. You
And hit point stays at 1, or is it?
you don't fill up your hit points or get magically healed when you level up. However, you do
Your
get
max goes up, but your current doesn't.
you're actually you don't get healed per se, but I'm gonna say that your current hit points will go up equal to whatever your max hit points increases, and also everyone. Yeah, so you'll sort of come into consciousness then, Pavel.
I have a question. I'm still new to the game, so like I don't understand how the whole HP maxing. So okay, so it's half my max hit points.
half plus 1 normally,
Yeah.
and then you're on top.
Okay, so it's half 12, so it's 6 plus 1
So,
plus
so
my
ha-
No,
constitution.
it's just 6 plus your constitution
plus
modifier,
the constitution.
which is 2.
no, but
8.
no, he's a fighter, so he should be 7. So he's got it right.
No, fighter's D10.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's only barbarians that go D12.
So, yeah, you'll get 8 hit points per Vel with 14 Constitution.
Cool. So that means 20. All right. And I get back up right for 1 hit point.
No, you can get back up on 8 hit points.
Alright, I would like to use my action surge. Not action surge, sorry. Second
Second
wind. To help heal up real quick.
Okay.
And-
Question.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
looking at. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at War Magic where it says you can give yourself a bonus to initiative rolls. Do I just take that? I just increase my initiative bonus.
If you're being a war
Okay.
wizard, do you know how to where to
That's
put that in
up.
on the sheet?
I think it's in subclass, right?
Oh no, like there's a thing where you can like alter your initiative, in the
Oh, I
settings of your
gotcha.
character sheet. Just add on it's like dexterity modifier field somewhere.
Initiative modifier.
Yep,
There you go.
and you just add that equal to your intelligence on top of your dexterity.
Perfect.
Alright, and your second
it?
win will heal you an extra hit point there as well, Pavel. Because
Does?
yep, it's plus your fighter level.
cool.
I'll fix that up
So
for
then, 13.
All may suck on my +5 initiative.
you.
Damn, that's good.
You get that level 1 or level 2?
2. War Wizard. It just means it gives me a chance to run away. As well as if I'm hit by an attack, I can use my reaction to get an extra 2 AC or a +4 to a saving throw. So if they throw a fireball, I can get just a +4 just because. Or if they attack me with a sword, I get a +2 just because.
So
So am I right in thinking I get one more spell, so I can use that one more spell slot?
Yes. As a bard, yeah, you should have what 3 level?
Yes,
spells
level 2.
now? Like you know 2 spells, right? No, sorry. You get to know 1 more spell, and yes, your first level spell slots go up. You also get Song of
one,
Rest
so-
and Jack of all trades.
Okay, check. I know how to do Jack of all trades.
All right.
You and your bards, man. You got the biggest hard on for bards I've ever seen.
Says the DM.
Alright, so you guys recover over the course of the next 10 minutes. Sinner, unfortunately, he doesn't wake up. He's still there, unconscious but stable, bandaged up.
Does Inner level up?
He doesn't level up.
question. Useful. Instead of dying. Well, I died, so that kind of proves my usefulness. Either way, I want to get up. I'd like to apologize to everyone. I would like just be like, God damn it, like feeling bad for yourself for having provoked this whole entire thing to happen.
You owe me a health potion. That's all I can say.
I have 2, so I mean, I don't know, one of you guys have the other one, but I don't know who has the other one. So if I could, I would give you one. But I don't know what the other one went.
I have it.
All right, cool. As long as we have 2 there, you guys do what you want with them. I don't have it, so yeah. You know what,
Alright.
Seb? Can I go over to that where that construct was, and just let out my anger on it by ripping off its, if I can, its hide of metal plates, whatever it has on
You
it.
can't rip them off because they're actually make an athletics check. It's going to be very hard to rip them off with your bare hands.
Give me that nat 20. I did
20 is
damn
enough,
it.
actually. You rip off a panel of bronze.
And I keep doing it.
I'm going to say you can, but with the 18, you basically cannot.
Damn it.
You get a nice panel
I'm
of
just-
bronze off of it, though.
I'm pissed. I'm so pissed at this
You
thing.
literally have to use all of your strength to just rip this panel off, though.
I only got 20, so I got 1 bronze, so what can I do with it actually? Might as well just keep it for now. But yeah, out of anger, just ripped it off.
Can I go home alone and stick a oil flask on these stairs with the construct? So when this guy falls down, it's going to sound like a dude falling down into a bunch of paint tins.
Which stairs?
The main stairs that this guy has to come up.
Just as
This one's over
you're...
here.
That's funny that you say that, because just as you're going to pour the oil, suddenly the door opens, and Vendellen comes
Oh, no.
down.
So we've noticed that we've stopped, should I say?
You haven't stopped. No. So he just rips the doors open as you're probably about there.
Not now, not now.
And he sort of looks at you. Everybody! Above deck! Now! He yells out.
So he's seen me then,
Um,
because he didn't know that I was aboard before.
he sort of just looks at you and doesn't even pay much attention to you. Like he doesn't even care that you're on the ship.
Perfect.
I honestly don't think he does.
He just looks at you and he just yells that out, and then he just
Hoping I'm like a rat.
you just hear thump thump thump, and he just walks back upstairs.
All right.
Okay. I quickly go and see if there's anything below us.
All right, you're still
Alright.
flowing through the astral sea.
No good, guys. We're still floating.
Ah, fuck.
Maybe we should do what he says.
Can't do anything else.
We aren't strong enough to take them on, so it's best if we do that.
Got that right. I mean, we almost got killed by these 3 things, so
Is
my fault
is-
included. But yeah.
is the caveman alive?
He's alive.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
he
just
is. But we should.
unconscious.
Has he leveled up?
He doesn't level up. Well, he might get stronger, but he's not going to. He's not going to level up like you guys.
Can I pick him up and take him with
Yeah.
us, or should I leave him here?
You can.
Actually, I should consult with everyone. Should we take Sinner or?
We should probably just leave him here. He'll probably get thrown overboard if we take him.
You got a point.
We should put him in a hammock.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So I'll pick up Sinner, and I'll take him somewhere where you can rest comfortably.
Are you leaving him just in the hammock down here?
The best place, and with the door closed.
Would I know this creature's name? Well, the githyanki's?
No.
No.
Nope. You've never met him before. Unless someone told you.
I was just wondering if like another githyanki would have come over to give him orders or something. I might have been close enough to hear.
You've never seen him with anyone else.
Oh. All right.
There's only one on
I
this
go, I
ship.
guess.
Yeah, you've never seen him meet any other living creature apart from some like slaves or captives that he'd sort of taken into the hut and then sent them away.
Alright, I guess I'll go upstairs and have a look at him.
Alright.
Get the Sinner.
Alright, so you
Put him into one comfortable place.
put him in the hammock.
Well, I can put him in a room, like, where I can close it off and no one will know he's there, hopefully, in case we haven't taken care of any baddies.
Okay. And
Cool.
you guys do that and head up the steps into the lower deck. So you come out into the lower deck here, and you just see these small boats lining the walls of the barrels and crates and provisions. It looks exactly like a sailing ship would. And he sort of looks around. Where's the other one?
Died.
Ah. Very well then. And Van Dellen sort of says, "Hold on!" And he just like walks off to the south, and you hear him open a door. And then
It's DM for quit moving your tokens.
he sort of just goes out of sight as he heads down to the south of the ship. Hold on! And all of a sudden, the whole
He's out of sight,
the
yeah?
whole ship. Yeah, he is.
I'm going to try stealth amongst these boats.
Okay.
If we'll see him doing that, and she'll also try and stealth
All right.
for different reasons.
Suddenly, like the whole ship starts to sort of shake, quite violently. Tuk, 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 tuk. And that lasts for about 10 seconds. And Van Dellen comes back.
Say I fell off.
Around, and he sort of looks around the area. Up now! Otherwise you'll all be crushed to death! We are approaching Tunarath! Up! Up! Gestures you up the steps.
Do you see us?
Yes.
Oh. I slink over like a kicked puppy.
I told you to fuck out this one. Sorry, edit that out.
Yeah, it's just.
So he
it's just
tells you if you
quality
stay
salt.
here, you're all going to be crushed to death.
What?
What if I'm into crushing?
Well then, you'll be crushed to death by the sound of it.
Wait, why would be crushed to death? Questioning in my mind.
Alright, looks like you guys head up. Are you heading up, Pavel?
Yeah, of course. What else can I do? Get my ass kicked again?
Okay. You guys go back up to the deck, and again, you're just floating through the astral sea here. All these scintillating colors are passing by you, endless clouds of dust and brilliance. Now you see something. Another object, a very, very large mass of floating land. It is sort of shaped like a spider or something. It literally looks like the husk of some sort of insect. A massive spider-like creature, and more of these skib ships and dragons, red dragons just flying around. There! Tunarath! And the ship is approaching.
Can I be like, it looks different from this perspective?
Alright, so you guys are just floating through the astral plane, and then you get nearer and nearer. So this is the map of Tunarath. You guys are currently here. You're approaching from the east. You see all of these floating fortresses. They look like checkpoints, and there is dozens of red dragons just freely flying around like sentries, and many, many more of these skiv ships flying around, not unlike the ship that you're on now. And you start to approach Tunarath. It literally looks like the corpse of a colossal-sized creature with a massive metropolis city built on top of it, sort of surrounded with this astral fog. At the head of the creature is this massive skull that's sort of hollowed out with these chains linking from its eyes with a floating castle above where the head would be. And there must be a very, very large population here. The ship sort of stops by a couple of other skivs, and you see Vendellen sort of talking to these other githyanki, sort of yelling out across in this unknown language. And they go back and forth a little bit, and he seems to get clearance, and he enters the city. He flies over to the western arm, about 7,000 feet away from the checkpoint, and you see this vast difference in what is contained within the different arms and branches and districts of this city, from this farmland with rolling sands and fields to this sort of port area where you see dozens of ships taking off and landing, as well as barracks, military barracks. You see rows and rows of hundreds of soldiers lined up in perfect square rectangular formations, and just a massive conglomeration of buildings, all varying heights, different architecture. It looks like a real jumbled mess. And finally you start to descend. As you're descending, suddenly the ship just starts to shake, and suddenly, like, the ship is transforming. The bow of the ship and the stern of the ship shrink, and you hear all these like duk 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 of panels like collapsing on themselves, and this
Wait a minute.
massive sort of shell comes over the top of the ship, and the entire ship transforms. It completely changes
Wait,
to this.
wait a minute.
And you guys are now like undercover. And there's only one area that you can be in now, which is sort of the deck, the front deck. It's sort of become the only primary deck of the ship, and transforms into that, and then begins to land. Yes, Rip Sinner. You could imagine he was completely squashed, crushed to death. So, the place that you fly into looks like an absolute junkyard. There are these flying ships floating about, just hovering low from the ground. There are broken ships. There are strange constructs that look like they've been left here to die. And scavengers running amongst all the junkyard. There are massive walls of junk that constitute walls, 20, 30, 40 feet high, and the entire district itself is surrounded in a 50-foot high stone wall. You start to narrow in on a particular section of the junkyard, in this really shitty looking area. It's Vandellen's squat. You see piles upon piles upon piles of wood, iron, and brass heaped up as you land.
Is it like Junticon from Transformers?
Yes. And now you guys, you guys could just imagine that Sinner was crushed. Completely crushed.
Got it. I didn't like that guy anyway.
Was it at least like
It would have been
not painful?
Yes,
Was
it
it
would have
quick?
been very quick.
He's ruined our
bad.
plan.
I liked him.
I liked him
I
too.
liked
I
our
feel
plan
bad.
more than I liked the caveman.
Well, how did he ruin it?
Alright, there is it's so the mounds of junk here are so tall, and the entire area is so large that the walls just loom over any apparent sources of light. And in fact, even though you've got this glowering sort of astral sea above you where the sky it would be, there's no apparent sources of light. It's very dark. You do see these lanterns haphazardly sort of scattered, hanging from these walls of junk. Immediately you feel this intense sense of gravity just ground you, and now you can no longer use your intelligence score to move, as you feel like there is this magical force also protecting you. You're able to breathe like normal, and you land down here, disembarking from the ship. Vandellen gets out first. And yeah, the skiff has completely transformed, and there are all these foreign control panels that you see in the ship. None of it makes sense. All of the instructions of what buttons do are written in a foreign language, and you sort of see as this like metal platform create these stairs. It's about a 7-foot drop down from the exit of the ship to the floor. Where the stairs meet the ground, there is just like these rivets of metal that look like they've been completely compressed and combined to create like a ground here.
You say it's like a 7-foot drop.
But yeah, there's stairs though. So
I was gonna say Gulp's gonna have to be like, let me down, like a kid trying to jump off of a ledge.
out,
It's so
out.
bad.
Vandellen barks at you all.
So would we have known that Sinner is dead now, or is it just still a mystery to us?
You look at the like diameter of the ship, or like the area that the ship is, and you sort of wonder where Sinner would be. Make a perception check.
Oh, so the ship's just changed shape. It hasn't actually like been replaced with a new one.
It changed. It literally transformed. Changed shape.
I'd rather not know.
You'd rather not make a perception check.
Hell
Alright,
no.
It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna burn it.
Susan, you notice.
Can we do a perception check to see if, like, we can still see the hole where it would be?
Sure.
Anyone got a high perception? Or do we
Have a
all just
go.
roll?
You are in
That's not
darkness
roll it.
here as well, so without a light source, you're at disadvantage.
Dark vision.
That only lets you see in low light, though, which is disadvantage.
I thought dark vision was, like, properly dark.
Dark vision lets you see in darkness as if you're looking in dim light.
Huh.
Alright, Mithril. You're looking around here and you don't see shit. Some of these magical flames, these lanterns sort of sway side to side along the wall of junk with this occasional gust of wind and just sort of flicker the walls and ground, casting shadows and light in a brilliant, dazzling array. Also, Pavel, you basically cannot see anything. And Susan, you notice like this sort of dripping coming from the base of the ship where the hole was.
No. No, why did you have to tell me that, Sam? Let it be innocent.
So yeah, if you get a torch out or something, you'll be able to see quite clearly.
I'd rather not.
I kind of want to know where this hole is so we can still blow it up.
It's true, yeah.
I mean, we need to see some oil.
Come on, this way! And he just yells at you and beckons you to come with him to the north. You see this tiny little squat hut.
What do you guys want to do?
Hurry up!
Oh,
Do I recognize this as my junkyard?
Yes.
Like the one that I'm used to?
Yep, you see this small wooden building about 50 feet across. It's only a single story. It's got this corrugated iron roof. There is this sort of outdoor oven built into the side of it with this this sort of strange conglomeration of cooking utensils. It doesn't look like it's particularly used. It does have this fire burning in it though. So it would sort of give you the appearance that it's being like used recently, or there's someone cooking with it. And Vendelin sort of just goes up to the squat hut. There's like this metal door sort of built into the wooden frame of this little hut, and he just sort of kicks it open. In!
Can I, like, sleight of hand as we go across?
What do you mean?
I'm going to sleight of hand, because when we first opened up the oil, I stole some. I'm wondering if I can make, like, a trail, like a bread trail.
Okay. You can drip some oil behind you.
Sweet. Tripping away.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Alright. I'm not trained in this, so this might be fucking terrible. Yeah.
Alright, he sort of sees you go up, trailing the oil. And he sees everyone just sort of standing there.
oh, we gotta move. I mean, yeah.
What are you doing? He yells out to you, Gorp, spotting you with the oil.
I'm gonna try and bullshit with my +2 deception and be like, these vials are broken! What the hell? What do you store in that thing?
Make a deception check.
Wow.
I don't remember capturing you. And he starts walking over towards you now, Gorp. Duk, duk, duk.
I'm just gonna tell him I live over there.
I don't think so. I think I can use you.
I'll be like, I'll show you my house.
And as you start
I've been
to
living
walk
here
away,
for like 2 months.
he is about to cast a spell on you. What do you do? You see him reach for this sort of little silver spell focus that he's got in his hand, or sort of to his by his side.
I'm pretty limited on my options here.
You could try and launch a fireball back at the place where we think the oil is.
What I was gonna do, I was gonna shoot a fireball where I think the oil is.
Alright.
So a fireball.
Roll initiative. And he beats you. He just
Sit punch,
waves
damn
his
it.
hand.
Can I also join this initiative?
Sure. I'll roll you guys all in. Alright, you're up first, Mithril.
I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on him.
Okay.
Pull out
Alright,
a
we're
tip,
doing
distract
this?
him.
Are we doing this?
We're
I'm
only
gonna
gonna
get
distract
out.
him so we can gaps it. We don't have to kill
This
him.
is- Miffle just
Alright,
says I can get out of here now, so that's what I'm.
He makes a save. Ah, we're gonna
That's
do
my
this the
spell,
hard way then.
No.
Okay,
What happened?
I'm done.
Alright, and he does it the hard way. He casts sleep on you all.
Gotta get.
And everyone goes unconscious.
What do you get? 24.
49.
He's level 7.
49 points of hit points.
Holy shite.
Yeah, I know. He's done this to us twice now.
This is why I said we can't take him head on.
That's why I said if we're doing this, because I'm willing to go die. I'm not die, but I'm willing to go fight, but I just know the consequences are gonna happen.
If that Hideous Laughter worked, you would have been out of here.
Alright. What if?
My Hideous Laughter. He would have been laughing on the floor.
Oh, yeah, it would have been distracting him.
Alright,
Yeah, that might
he
have worked.
starts dragging you guys in. And
Not me, apparently. Oh, I'm gone.
let me just see how long that will take him. Yeah, he can get you guys all in within a minute. Alright, you guys wake up now. And you see Vendellen standing over the other side of what looks like some sort of like a jail cell. So you guys have all just been dragged into this little room here that's got a just basically it's mainly featureless. Everything's made of wood. There are a couple of like books scattered in the corner, the southwest corner of the room. A very large pail of hay in the center of it, which you guys are sort of just haphazardly scattered around. There are some playing cards spilled on the ground. A wooden crate filled full of soiled garments. A trough of water and a lavatory to the north, and about 50 humanoid skulls piled up next to the lavatory. As you look to the south, you guys come into consciousness. You see Vendellen sort of just standing over you behind this these like iron bars, and there's like this large stain on the ground. Looks like a blood stain. Are we going to try this again? Because next time I'm going to kill one of you. That should teach you to be obedient. Is that what you want?
I just told you, I live over there. I will show you my
No.
shop.
You are mine now. You belong to me, little one.
You know, this is a very bad relationship. There's got to be a woman's shelter I can get
I
to.
don't care. You are mine now. You are my property. And if anyone else tries to take you, you tell them you belong to Vendellen. You are mine. No other Gith can claim you. Understand? He like pointing his
That
finger
could actually
around.
be handy.
Like, he hasn't taken any of your equipment, by the way. Like, you guys have just got all your armor. He doesn't
He
seem
doesn't care.
to be too concerned. Hurry up!
I wouldn't either.
Make your beds! And he points to the straw. There's just like a large steel door set into the eastern wall here, and basically this lavatory, and then like this cell, you could call it. It's the only exits to the room. The roof is about 10 foot high, and just a large scrap of iron, and this is like sort of in a pitched roof is set over the top of the building. Make it! He starts pointing at the hay.
Okay, make the bed.
Can I roll to make a really good bed?
Okay.
Okay, what do I roll?
Survival check.
Alright, I'm just fucking around right now. I mean, I want to do it, but it's just for a situation at hand. I already have a plan brewing. Even though
I got a good plan. Don't worry.
me too.
I'll tell you what.
Come on.
Oh yeah, your bed is not the best, Pavel. You just basically just pile up a heap of straw unevenly, and it'll do.
And I should roll 20.
I'm just gonna use magic to make my bed. Let you nerds deal with that shit.
Alright, Vandellan sort of says to you all, rest now! Get some rest! Tomorrow, you go to Section 3, and you do job for Vandellan. You do good? And me give you pay, okay?
Wait a sec, are we slaves or employees?
Question.
You choose. You want to resist? Me make life hard. You help me? You find no other githyanki who nice to me. Nice as me to you. Got it?
This guy doesn't seem like a bad wanker at all, really.
I look at him puzzlingly. I'm like, you give up a way different vibe back on the ship.
Ah,
Why didn't you just explain this first that you were willing to employ us? We would have worked with you.
that is old news. You still belong to me. You are my property. Just because I pay you doesn't change it. Now tomorrow, you find Baba, you break into his house, and you kill him, okay?
Oh, fuck yeah, this is the kind of work I can do.
I can work with this.
Do you have a grudge against him? Is this
You
for
don't
some
ask me
reason?
questions. You just do
Okay.
what I say. Otherwise, me have no use to you, and you end up. And he points to this big pile of gotta be at least 100 humanoid skulls piled up here. You join collection.
These bars are to hold back normal humanoids and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Can I just slip through, shake his hand, and then be like, "That sounds cool," and then slip back
They're
in?
not they're only
I like this
They're only
guy.
spaced about a foot apart.
Oh, okay. Even a foot for a goblin that's got a -2 strength, I'll probably be able to fit through that.
Small sized creatures can't fit through.
No? Ah, bugger. I was like, this guy's the man.
But you can hold
I
out your
don't-
hand through the bars. But you just notice the door here is it doesn't look locked or nothing. It's just got a handle.
So they didn't bother locking it.
Well, you haven't checked, but you don't even see a lock here. Okay,
I don't know if
now rest. I wake you up after rest, and you go. Okay? Do good, and me help you.
Alright. This guy seems alright.
I don't like
I
to
can
run
work with
murder,
this.
but rather than dying myself.
Granted, he cosbeat the crap out of us, but other than that, he seems like an alright guy.
Godspeed.
yeah, we can't go anywhere, but it's fine.
True.
If we escape, what do we even do? We have no idea where we are.
You got a deep court, boys.
All right, so
But
Can I
if you got
clean the bloodstain for him?
sure.
Be a good goblin?
this is dissertation.
Yep.
You look around this room, Gorf, and you
Mhm.
see a few things. So it's a fairly bare room, apart from these 2 shelves set against the southern wall. One of them has all of these strange jars that look like chemical reagents and strange bits of offal pickled inside of them, livers and other organs. To the south here is just some utensils like bowls, plates, cutlery and whatnot. And then peering around the corner, you see a wooden rack with manacles attached to them and leather straps stained with blood. It looks like a torture rack.
Okay, guys, over there is his sex room. Stay out of it.
And he just goes through this door to the east and slams the door shut.
Okay.
They say one of us should stay awake for it to be on watch, and I'll do it if I have to. We'll take shifts.
I'm
I
an
still don't
elf,
trust
so
the guy.
I only need 4 hours. Well, half elf. Do half elves need 4 hours?
You only need
Think
to sleep for 4 hours, but it still takes you 8 hours to complete a long rest.
Yeah, so I can take the first shift.
Alright. I don't mind taking short rest. I just don't trust the guy.
I mean, I could really do with a long rest.
Then
I'm
you could
pretty,
sleep.
I'm pretty sure the goblin, if he's not too proud, could do with a long rest.
Yeah, I mean, he's already said that we all need a rest one day, so. Okay.
What happens if he comes in here while we're sleeping and like calls one of us off?
Pretty sure as long as we have one person awake, we'll be all fine.
Exactly. Alright, then I'll be the one to stay awake if need be.
Alright, so
I mean,
you guys all
I can try 5 familiar.
Sorry interrupting, Seb, but yeah, I like that idea. Bro.
I was just saying, you guys can take a long rest, if you like. It doesn't really matter about like taking watches or nothing, because you seem, apart from maybe like what Pavel suggested, like Vendellen coming in and dragging one of you guys off, you seem relatively safe. There's no like chance of, well, as far as you know, that something's going to come and get you while you're sleeping here. But I will mention, as you guys are resting, about halfway through, after about 3 hours, there is this violent earthquake, and everything starts shaking. You just start to feel this intense tremor, and the piles of skulls, sort of the mounds fall apart, and all of these like brass bowls and other utensils sort of fall off. You do notice none of the pickled organs or whatnot shift. They all seem to be sort of stuck in place, and the entire shelf itself seems to be stuck to the wall. But when that happens, that wakes you guys up. And then Van Dellen just opens the door. Don't worry, that happens every day. Vlakeith, she is making her wish. And Van Dellen just sort of looks around. Ah! And he just kicks this big mound of skulls. Clean this up! Put it back! And then he just like goes to exit again.
Question: who the fuck is the other chick? The chick making the wish.
Are you asking Van Dellen that?
Yeah.
She is our queen. Vlakeith. Queen of Tunarath. Lich Queen.
She hot?
Some should not speak about Vlakeith. Me? She never gave me anything. She never give me my silver sword.
What's a silver sword? And can we steal one?
You still silver sword? Me let you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have an end goal.
You cannot steal silver sword. Silver sword must be earned by githyanki. Vendellen
How do you
will
earn
earn silver sword. Vendellen, not good enough to be knight for Castle Susurrus. Vendellen never become Kithrak. But Vendellen has plan. Vendellen will get silver sword, and you will get it for me. First we must kill Baba. Take his host token. You interested in Tunarath? You want to know about Githyanki?
Yeah, that's something about the Githwanks.
We warrior race. And he basically feeds you all that information.
From the readout.
Yes, from the lore of about Gith and their war. Obviously, it's going to be far too much for me to just explain. I don't want to read you guys a great wall of text. But
Yeah, fair enough.
he does tell you some additional information. Ah, yes, Vlakeith. Vlakeith. Many Vlakeith. Lich Queen, ruler of githyanki. This one, Vlakeith 1108. She is current ruler, as many before her has been. Vlakeith, she fight for githyanki. She makes sure Mind Flayer does not get into Tunarath. She is powerful. She is immortal. She live in Castle Susurrus, flying castle above. You saw it, yes?
Yeah. Did we?
Yeah, it was that floating castle that you saw above the skull. That was
Okay.
sort of tethered by these two gigantic chains. Yes, when Githyanki fled from Illithid, Vlakeith lead us to safety on Astral Plane. She take us, Githyanki race, to this Tunarath, floating corpse of deity. Corpse has calcified into slab of rock. Vlakeith build great city of Tunarath. Here is our home now. Many district in Tunarath. Many population, over 100,000. Tunarath is home to Githyanki. You and you and you and you not allowed anywhere in Tunarath apart from Merchant District. There you will go for me. There others are allowed. Law is held by Githyanki warriors. You make trouble, you will be killed on spot. Understand?
Simple to get.
You must leave here. Not allowed to house outsiders. No inn, no tavern. This is your home. Also, Githyanki, they no sell to you. Only allowed to sell item to other Githyanki. Do not show them your valuable. They will not ask. They will take it. Anyone tries to take you, you belong to me. I give you this. And he takes out this stone. It's a sending stone. Basically, it's a walkie-talkie. You can use it to communicate to him at any time.
So if we get in trouble, we just call him.
Yes. If anyone tries to claim you. Oh, I don't have the handout for the sending stone. I'll get you guys one. But basically, you can just use it to send a message to him at will. And, like, there's two parts to it. So, whoever's got the other, like... It's like a mobile phone, basically. Pretty self-explanatory. One person has one, another person has the other, and you can communicate to each other through it.
Just like nag the crap out of him. And now I'm putting on pants. And now I'm putting on a sock.
What?
What are you
What is
eating?
this?
What you wearing?
This one, anyone try to claim you, you call me. I sort them out. You are my property. Understand?
Can we kill
Yeah.
them first?
That's a good question.
Ha ha ha. You try to fight Githyanki. It not end well. Githyanki live to fight. You here? Cause me take you. You no have silver cord. Maybe they try to cut your cord. You tell them you have no cord. Got it?
Mhm.
What is a silver cord, if you don't mind me asking?
It is a tether. When others use magic to plan our shift to astral plane, they are sleeping. Their real body sleeping on material plane. There is a link, a tether. The cord, silver cord. A silver sword can slice it. When that happens, your body is broken away. You wake up on material plane. Your astral body killed. But you no have tether. You die here, you die. Got it?
Got it.
So if we kill people with a tether here, they're not really dead.
You cannot kill unless you have silver sword. But
Metro, you're a half
you can
alpha.
kill body
Mm-hmm.
But no, if they have cord, they no die. Only their body.
You're immune to sleep, you dumbass.
Oh yes,
I just
Any,
realized because I just noticed his
the elves.
pointed ears.
Elves would be immune to sleep, so you shouldn't have been able to
Right.
fall asleep before Mithril.
Okay, I didn't know
But
that.
he would have.
What?
He has many ways to
You're immune to sleep.
incapacitate you, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, it would just punch me basically.
Well, you probably could have got away, but well, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would have been not very probable.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed his pointed ears and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I would have died if I tried to go alone.
All right, so he gives you basic rundown of Tunarath. He tells you that there's all these different districts, and let's go over to the actual map.
I have one question. I was going to say, there's a little square there with what looks like a skull or a mask. I was wondering what's in it. That was at the very north
That's the
end.
lavatory. It's a latrine.
Excellent. Important
The
stuff to
commode.
know.
The commode.
Alright, so you guys are at the junkyard. Alright, and as you guys can see with this key, there are all the different districts. Military District, Astral Shipyards, Queen's District, Market District, Glath District, District of Discards, and Dragon Caves. So he gives you guys this map, and he tells you the only place that's non-Gith are welcome is the Market District, which is all the green area. That's why it's all color-coded like this in all these fancy colors. So he's telling you you're going to go to Section 3, which is basically the next section, the next district over.
Do we know this map?
Oh, he gives it to you. It's the map.
So what's this thing in the middle? This whirlpool, the black hole?
Guessing that's where the queen is.
This one?
Yeah.
He tells you, you need not go there. You go there, you'll never be same again. That one leads to Far Realm. You will not get into that area. Military District.
So
You not allowed. Me not allowed.
Mithril's more interested in the dragon area.
Dragon. Have alliance with githyanki. Red Dragon. This one home to all Red Dragon in Tunarath.
Red dragons?
Yes. Dragon
They attack
and githyanki.
You ask them.
We are brother and sister.
Attack villages? All
Flarkeith
villages?
make pact with Dragon Queen. We help each other.
Who's the dragon queen?
The one known as Tiamat.
Well, where is Tiamat?
Tiamat is queen of all dragons.
I've heard of Tiamat. Who would attack a small village?
Sorry?
Because my village was quite small, so I don't think Tiamat would attack my village.
Are you asking if Tiamat
Please.
would attack your village?
I don't think Tiamat would have, so I'm asking what sort of dragon would attack my village individually?
Red Dragon
Like which is
and Gith. We go for raid, material plane. We must capture as many as we can. Slave. We prove our battle prowess
then I must.
in war. Those who do well, we are promoted. We become knight, githyanki knight in Castle Susurrus. Vendellen. He never become knight. He never gets silver sword. Everyone say Vendellen stupid. Everyone tease Vendellen.
Do I
Everyone
have to kill you all?
reject Vendellen. Vendellen, no like other Gith. Vendellen come to junkyard. Vendellen make his own silver sword.
Question. If we beat the shit out of a bunch of Gith, would that make us be counted as some sort of Gith? Like
You
honored
can never
guests?
be equal to Gith. You are nothing
Even if there's an
to
arena?
us.
There's an arena that we can one-on-one a couple of you fools?
Many will try to fight you, and many will kill you. You are not allowed among Gith. You are nothing to us. We are elite warrior race. You are little worm or ant.
And so I can one-on-one one of your new recruits, and if I win, then we key counter as some sort of gift.
You want to
If you're
fight?
so much greater, you have nothing to scale.
Me is getting bored. Me will fight you.
No, but a new recruit I'd be keen to scrap. Maybe in a bit.
May I actually ask, if you are a proud warrior, seeing that you are because you can easily take down most of us, but would you mind maybe training us in this form of art of warfare or fighting? You know, maybe that might even help us to kill this one person you wanna,
No,
the silver
you
sword
know
from.
tell Vendellen what to do. You know ask him. Me tell you. You will go to section 3. You will break into Baba house. You will get host token, and you will kill him. Make sure he never know. Then you will come back to me. Then I will give you my next order. That is it.
So Miffle,
Okay.
And they,
Miffle's going to walk up to him now and say, I can get in there. I can break in. One of these can kill him. And then we'll get back to you.
he just slams the door behind him. And you can tell he's very,
Man, I was-
very impatient.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a host token?
I don't know, but we're going to find out.
I was gonna say, it's a bit hard to steal something you don't know what the fuck it is.
This is before your
I think-
long rest, so he was just sort of talking to you all, but he you can presume that he'll give you a bit more information before you set out.
I gotcha.
I thought
committing murder, so I'm gonna
Well,
let
you
Azzy
hope
take
that he's
over
going
for
to,
that, okay?
otherwise it's gonna be gonna be kind of lost.
So, we can get out of the cell now, or are we trapped in the cell still?
You can get out if you want to. Alright, you open it up.
I'm going to stealth.
Electrified.
Okay.
Damn.
Alright, you are moving incredibly quietly, Mithril.
And I'm going to say, leave this bit to me. When I've unlocked it, you come and you kill him.
Whoa, wait, look. He said we got a job to do, and he said that if we do it, everything will go better.
No,
Right now,
no,
let's stay.
No, this is the job. We have to go and kill somebody and take his sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but we get a long rest before then. You're wanting to jump the gun a bit. We only have to do it tomorrow. Let's take a
I
nap.
thought, sorry, I thought we had the long rest.
Nah, it was just interrupted us halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
I thought
this was you guys got woken up by this massive earthquake, and apparently Vlakeith is casting wish and causing the entire planet to shudder when that happens. You learn that Vlakeith is the Lich Queen, the Queen of Tunarath.
And this is after our long rest or before?
That was halfway through, after
Midway.
about 4 hours.
plus when they come to us and tell us to go do it, instead of us having to find our own way out.
Did we decide whether I have a familiar yet, or do I still have to cast it?
I'm gonna say that you have him already, and he's just in his pocket dimension.
So take it then. I can send him out to have a bit of a scout about.
Yeah, what's he coming out as?
I figured the easiest thing will probably just be a raven because it's cliche as hell,
Raven.
or like one really decrepit-looking pigeon.
Alrighty. What's his name? Decrepit looking pigeon.
I haven't named it yet, but I'm going with Gop. Gorp and Gop.
I'll,
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you can possess him up to 100 feet, I believe. Or you can just send him out, and I'm pretty sure he can telepathically communicate with you within a 1 mile radius.
I just can't control his token at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just send him out to go for a stroll.
Alright, are you possessing him, or are you just sending him out?
I just send him out. I'm taking my long rest. Just
Alright,
there's
what do
no
you-
if anything else happens.
Where do you want him to go? Just exactly.
Basically outside and on the roof of this building.
Alright.
And maybe just circling around it.
All right, he goes out and he goes and does a round, and then he comes back, flies in, and tells you that there seem to be rows and rows of this junk forming walls, about 20 to 30 feet high, and there is scrap everywhere, and the entire expanse is several thousand feet wide. He doesn't see any other signs of obvious life as he just sort of looks around the general area. It seems to be like a maze.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I grew out. Well, I've been in this maze for a couple months now, so I sort of expected that.
It does sort of constantly shift as well, basically because there are scavengers and there are constructs that are constantly melting all the scrap down, shifting the layout of all the junk and recycling it and whatnot. You know that there are other creatures that like to lurk, dangerous creatures that lurk within the junk as well. Foreign creatures.
Okay. I will thank him for his input. And then stick him back in his pocket dimension.
Okay. What's going on with his token there? Why isn't he? Give me a second here. I don't know why his hit points didn't come up. Let me just fix him up.
Can you cast any spell through a familiar?
Touch spell. You can deliver touch spells with him.
I was just thinking how cool it'd be to have a frog and make the Hypnotoad from Futurama.
Probably totally do it, man. I feel like it'd be possible.
I feel like it's doable, eh? All worship the Hypnotoad.
Alright, so that just happens halfway through your rest as a disturbance, a shudder, and you guys soon, unless you want to do something else, will just complete your long rest, unless there's something else you guys wanted to do.
No.
Nothing really.
Is this a bath?
You hope so. It would sort of constitute, for one, you think, just a trough of some sort of oily looking liquid.
It's a goblin bath.
I was gonna say, I'll use my magic trick, or whatever it's called, prestidigitation, whatever the hell it's called, to warm it up, and I'll just sit in it.
Alright, it's you sit in it, and it's not very nice. It smells horrible.
Can't you also clean it up with prestidigitation, or what it's called?
I know, so I just say magic trick. It's so much fucking easier.
I
don't think it can purify water.
I think it can clean
it
things, though,
smells horrible,
Yeah.
Gorp, and you need to make a Constitution save if you're going to be in it for a period of time.
Well, if it smells that bad, I probably wouldn't jump in it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Shame.
Yeah, you think it's going to make you sick if you're in there for a period of time. Already, you
Why-
can
why
barely
Something to keep in
breathe.
mind, though.
Before I was going to point you to the toilet and say maybe we should try that.
I was wondering if maybe we can get in a cup and I can use magic trick to make it smell nice and then give it to the prison guy. Make him sick.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my stealth because I've had enough of this. Are we long rested? Yeah.
Yep. So everyone take a long rest. You'll get 1 hit dice back. Well, actually, you guys should have full hit dice. All your hit points, any abilities and spells that you get back on a long rest. Again, there's no real sense of time. So it's not like you wake up in the morning. You just wake up displaced, disorientated a time later, and no sign of Vendellen yet. He hasn't come to grab you guys or nothing.
So is this a window?
That's the front door, and it's just open.
Did you tell me sort of where to find this other githyanki?
He didn't even tell you if it's a githyanki. He just told you a couple of minute details, and that's it.
I think I'm going to open this door.
Alright. You just open this door, and Vendellen sort of is just there, sitting down on a seat. And he sort of looks over
Well,
at
he
you.
can't see me because I got
Ah!
I got nat 20. I'm gonna close the door again.
Well, are you saying that he can't see the door open? That's right next to him,
Okay.
and he can. Yeah, you open the door, and then you quickly close it, and then he just like gets up and opens it back up. And what are you doing?
I'm lost. I don't know where to go to find this person to get the sword.
Ah, you're up. Why didn't you tell me?
There's no bell.
Maybe I should get a bell. Now, first job. Go collect my laundry from outside.
I'm pretty good at that. Yes, I can do that.
He just has this
I just-
awkward laugh. Outside, hanging.
I kind of,
Go get it.
I kind of laugh back and try and charm him, and then shut the door.
You're gonna try and charm him?
Yeah, charm him into relaxing.
Are you casting a spell?
No, just naturally.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Just
see.
pushing his cleavage together.
Make
Yeah,
a
basically.
persuasion check.
That's what I was trying to say without saying it.
Make a persuasion check.
She really should just say it.
Susan, let's go back to the cage. He doesn't
Persuasion?
But yeah, persuasion. Alright, he sort of looks
Ooh, not
looks at you. He doesn't seem interested in you, like physically. He sort of says, "Ah, yes, you make a good cleaner. Now go get it." And then you just see like this little room that he's got set up here. There's like this stained pallet in the southeastern corner of it. There's like a bookshelf, a footlocker, a chest, a crate, a wooden seat, a wheelbarrow, some small bags, some barrels, and a bucket. It doesn't look particularly nice, and like the bed's not made or nothing. It's just sort of scrunched up. There's a window looking out into just a pile of junk to the northern wall, and just one sort of continual flame spell just illuminating the room.
Okay, with him persuaded, I'm gonna then freely go and open this door.
All right, it's like already open. He hasn't even closed it from when he opened it.
Okay.
So we can pop through.
Yeah, he just like does not seem to be concerned at all or care that you're just like freely moving around.
He
Okay,
said
cool, I
in,
guess.
he said in session 1 that he thinks we're really weak and doesn't care.
Well, you're starting to think that's just like his attitude. Like he just has a very, very short attention span, and just it doesn't see you guys as a threat, and he just seems to always be lost in thought, like he's thinking of something else. When you actually enter his room, though, Pavel, he sort of just stops you.
Oh, sorry about that.
He just sort of stops you there. Go get my cleaning. Around the side. And he points to like the eastern section of the house.
I'll just tell him I didn't know where to go. Sorry about that. I'll go back over there. I would like to speak to you someday. I don't know about stuff, I guess, but I'm just gonna go. He just walks
And
away.
he just gives you this like sheepish look. Go.
It's basically he's living in a shithole, yeah?
Looks like it.
Can I just cast my little magic trick and then clean his room up?
All right, you like clean up a stain on the floor, and then he sort of looks at you. Stop! What are you doing?
I'm cleaning your place up.
I did
You
not tell you
want
to
it
clean. This doesn't need clean. Go get my laundry.
Ah, she's already getting it. I was just wondering, do you have anything broken? I can fix things. I'm good at fixing things.
I don't care to fix things. I build things. I like to
we're
build
in a junkyard. I'm
statues.
sure there's broken shit. If you have broken shit, I can fix it.
I don't need anything.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a stroll then.
All right, Pavel, you like see this large pile of junk with this like metal wire extending from it to like the side of the house where a piton has just been hammered to sort of create this clothesline, and like hanging on the clothesline are just like rotted humanoid heads hanging upside down, and bones and bits of cloth.
Are these human? No, human. You say humanoid or human?
Make a medicine check.
sucks. So it won't surprise me. So look, I won't be scared. Not scared, but disgusted. Where's medicine? There you go.
All right, you see
Oh, wow.
an elf's head, a human's head, and a dwarf's head, and some just nondescript bones. Look like limb bones just hanging here and bits of cloth. They look like they've been here for quite some time. All right, there is something else though, lurking in the junk as you get near. It leaps out to get you. Alright, so, first of all, I need to reload my browser.
Will do.
Because there's a glitch. I need to roll. Oh no, I don't need to do that. Alright, first of all, I'm going to see if it has surprised you guys. So I'm rolling its stealth check, and you have to beat it with your passive perception.
Alright, perception it is.
Not a perception, your passive. Alright, you guys are surprised. So, surprise means that you cannot take your action or reaction until you've had your first turn.
Oh no.
Alright, so basically you guys we just skip through your turns.
Yeah, it skips all of
you
us.
guys get your reaction back if you've had your turn. Alright, so it looks like Vendellen was quite aware of everything that's happening now. And he seemingly
He knows inside.
just well, he's not. I'm not saying that he's aware of this creature, but you could imagine that if there's creatures living around this area, he's aware of them. So suddenly, these long, gangly tentacles just reach out from the pile of junk to get you, Susan. You see. Well, actually, it's going to have advantage because it's hidden at the moment. So let's just see what happens. Alright, so suddenly out of this pile of junk come these long tentacles. They reach out and they're attached to this disgusting, freakish looking creature. You see rows and rows of sharp suckers inside of these pentagonal, like 5-pronged hands, these gangly limbs, and this horrible, fiendish-looking elongated head with these 2 beady black eyes set into the bottom of it, and it opens this maw, revealing rows and rows of razor-sharp teeth. It is a choker.
Oh no! It's my mother-in-law! Run away!
Choker.
Alright,
Oh
so
my
it
god.
grabs onto you, Susan. So you're grappled and restrained. Alright, so it's got you.
Damage?
Yep, you take 4 bludgeoning damage and 4 piercing damage. So as it grabs onto you, it crushes you and spikes you with these tentacles. That's including with your heavy armor master. So a total of 8 points. And then it sort of comes forth out of the junk with these long legs. It roars and goes to grab you, Pavel.
And attack twice?
And it grabs you, and the same thing happens. You get restrained. It just seems to completely, like, its hands are so big, they wrap around your entire, like, all your shoulders and just squeeze you. You take 7 points of damage. And it has this sort of almost anamorphous form, just like as if it has no bones at all. It's just this sort of tentacly creature. Alright, now it's going to use its aberrant quickness. It's basically an action surge. And it continues to crush each of you. So Susan, this is an advantage. It just presses against your armor but doesn't injure you. And Pavel, it crushes you for another 8 points of damage and stabs you at the same time. Alright, surprise is over. Gorp, you're up.
What shall little Gorp do? I can see this thing now, yeah?
Yep. You sure can.
Well, I'd be screaming bloody murder because I'm getting the life squeeze out of
Yeah,
it.
as soon as it attacks, it breaks stealth. So.
Okay. I'm going to. I've still got the doorknob, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a dexterity saving throw. This thing will probably rape it. If something's grappling someone else, it has disadvantage to dexterity saving throws, doesn't
No.
it?
Well, no.
No?
If there's no,
Oh.
if someone's grappling someone, the only thing it requires is a free hand. There's no other negative effect of it. If you are restrained, you have disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Okay, I got you. Alright, fuck it. It's Witch Bolt this wanker.
Alrighty. And
14?
the witch bolt just ricochets off of its rubbery flesh and bounces away, sort of casting streaks of lightning, briefly illuminating the massive walls of junk, and then just streams up into the sky and disappears. That is a miss.
Wow. Holy shit. Alright, I will take as much. Well, there's a whole bunch of fucking rubble and shit here, yeah? So I'm gonna, before I move, I'm gonna yell to what's his name, the Geth, and be like, get the fuck out here, what the hell is this? Then I'm gonna dive into a big pile of rubbish and use my bonus action to
All
hide.
this area here is flat.
So there's no, piles of...
There is, but they're like
Anything.
these things here. Or you could go
then
inside the
this
house.
thing over here, I'll jump
Yeah,
in
you
there.
can go inside the house.
Alright, I'll do that.
Alright, go
Alright.
hidden.
And that'll be me.
And it's not really particularly looking towards you as well, it's just focused on Favel and Susan at the moment. Opening up its jaws, getting ready to just bite your head off. Susan. So you're restrained. It's a disadvantage on attack rolls. You can still attack, but you cannot move.
Can I use a bonus action to break free?
You can use your action to try and break free with either an athletics or an acrobatics. The DC is 15.
Okay, I am.
Go on, Susan.
I'll just use my great axe.
Okay. So it's got your
I'm
arms,
gonna die.
and you just sort of throw your arms back and forward. Even with this thing grabbing you, you still slash it for 4 points of damage, sort of just slicing into its flesh, and it just makes this horrible guttural roaring noise. No particular language.
Do not provoke the wrath of Azeroth, you pathetic worms!
Open your mouth.
Alright, it looks a little bit injured from that. And is that your EOT? Mithril.
And she's there, get away from him, you horrible funny teeth thing. And I'm gonna go hideous laughter and start laughing myself.
Alrighty.
I'm glad somebody's laughing. You should get the tavern brawler feat. Just chuck like a mug or something.
Alright, immediately
Fuck you.
it lets go of Susan and Pavel and just falls on the ground and starts throwing its spaghetti-like tendrils up in the air. Becoming incapacitated.
It's like, in Family Guy where Hermit the Frog runs away and he's got his little wiggly... It's all I can imagine.
Give me the little sausage dog.
So, wall-wise, if someone hits it, does it break its concentration? Or
It
does
gets another
just continue
saving
laughing?
throw if it gets damaged. And at the end of its turn.
I'm also going to run away a bit. I think the range is... Oh, it's only 30 feet.
It doesn't matter, you can be on a different plane of existence and it won't break concentration on it. It's only
Okay,
Witch
so
Bolt
I'll
that
run
did
away.
that because that actually says that in the actual spell.
Does? Oh yeah, it says evades total
Yeah.
cover, which I guess is line of sight probably.
Yeah. Wait, 45 feet?
Bastards.
Mithril?
So, okay, well, sorry, I'm off the map.
30 feet.
I'm stuck under the with the market. I can't move.
You cannot move?
Oh no.
I'm stuck under the ruler. There you go.
You moved
I think it's-
15 feet too many. So you still got to move back.
I
10
zoomed
feet.
in. Is that it?
There we go. I should
my-
probably put the
My turn order or my ruler all over there. so
problem.
all a bit
I should put
messy.
the grid on as well, just for fights, just so we can.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'll put them on when we go into combat and take them off when we get out. Just I think it looks nicer without the grid when we're not in combat. Alrighty, is that your EOT, Mithril?
Yes, it is. Well, I can't see my EOT thing there. Oh, it's up there somewhere.
I think if you click your token, you'll find one somewhere too, on the bottom left-hand corner or something of your screen.
Yeah, top right,
Top right.
top left.
Alright, it makes a wisdom save. And at the end of its turn, it stops laughing. It's still on the ground prone. And it has let go of Susan and Pavel. Pavel.
So I did something.
First thing I'm gonna do. Second win. I'm literally about to die. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Second wind. Oh, nice. Steal my reserves from all the crushing of my bones and all the other stuff. Then I use my interactive object, take out my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to it.
Attacks within 5
And-
feet have advantage.
Good, because I'm gonna finally use, for the first time, my second level ability. First, I'm gonna attack it with my short sword.
Okay. And 11
7.
just bounces off its rubbery flesh. Wong.
Oh damn. Then after that, I'd like to use action surge.
I'll let you make your hand axe attack too. Like, you can presume that you probably had a blade at the ready because this is a foreign land. You don't know what could come out at you, so you can make your hand axe attack.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Okay.
Alright,
Hand
that
axe
hits, and you just plunge the hand axe into its flesh. For 2, just putting a small incision on it, and it just sort of,
Okay.
its arms are just flailing all about like noodles.
Since after the since you told me I would foreign land take out both blades.
I just realized actually you use your bonus action on your second wind. But anyway, that's my fault for telling you could do that. So yeah, you can action surge now, and you get another attack.
Yes. All right, cool. Are you sure you want me to have my hand axe and my short sword out?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna use my again just double attacks I have now. These two: a whirlwind of blows, short sword, and hand axe.
You don't get your bonus action again though. Hand axe. Your offhand is a bonus action.
It is. Oh, okay then. Sorry about
23
that.
hits.
So the short sword
Yep.
then.
Alright, you sort of go in with a slash that bounces off. You whack it with the axe, it splits its skin, and then you just shove the short sword straight through its mouth and up the top of its elongated head. It just falls back and stops moving.
This deep throat game just wasn't good enough.
You hear Vendellen just laughing.
I look at him angrily, but I don't say anything.
He comes out and he points to you and Susan. Surprise! And then he gets like real serious. That is your test. Even going from here to section 3, it can be dangerous. Try to climb the junk, and those are what you will face. Or you stay on the path. Still can be dangerous. Many dangers in here. When you're ready, you head to section 3. I give you a mission. Gather yourselves! And he uses a healing word on Pavel, and he uses a healing word on Susan to heal you guys up.
Can I go to this guy and be like, you're a mage of some sort. Can I take a look at your spellbook? You know, to make me a more useful slave.
No! I don't use books! I don't even read! Magic has come to me, and I am gifted! You guys are just fully healed.
Make him gifted.
I am gifted! And I think with that note, I think we'll end today's session. With Vendellen trying to lift your spirits with that little trick. You do get XP, of course, for that encounter. But you sort of know what to expect. It's going to be 50 XP each.
Oh yeah.
So we're in 541.
No, it's
383.
383.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed the session, and thank you very much for joining as well, Gorp. I hope you had fun.
That was fucking awesome. I'll definitely be joining you guys next week.
Awesome, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll get into it next week, and we'll see what Vandellan has else to say to you all. Of course, he seems to be testing you guys, and maybe he's got a couple of little bits of information for you all as well before you head out. And thank you guys very much. I guess I'll just be posting the video to YouTube in case you guys ever want to look back at it.
Can you share the link with us? Because I got people wanting to see it.
Yeah, I'll post the link in the channel for you guys. Once
You
I
ever
upload it.
got people?
I got people.
Awesome, guys. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you all next week.
Thank you,
Sounds
Seb.
good.
Later.
Yeah. Night, guys.
See you boys.
Later.
Enjoy your evenings and winters and all that with all you Northern Hemisphere weirdos.
I'm Western, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're all different.
It's freezing here.
Yeah,
like
it's still
lucky.
Northern Hemisphere, isn't it? There's only Northern and a Southern.
It is. It is.
What do you mean?
Hey, there's 3 hemispheres, aren't there? Alright.
I thought it was only
I'm
2.
joking.
It's yeah.
Oh,
I
there
was
is
gonna
two.
say,
Eastern
what?
hemisphere. No. Is that?
No, it's
no,
not.
it's
So if you
okay,
more-
the
yeah.
astral plane.
So it means that it's your winter.
Yeah.
I heard your summer sucks this year.
Excuse me?
I heard your summer sucks.
We're about to head into the hottest summer on record.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.